What's your horses so kitty? I'm getting there. Oh, this there. Oh, fidget. I'm ready to see some horses.
It's always horse time.
Remember, I said way back that I quit horses and I'm all doing Mario stuff now. I just forgot until now. I forgot for 6 months. 6.5 months.
Yo, that Mario content you made, so good.
I need to finish. I need to actually get that done and render it.
Wait, you actually have a Mario thing going on?
Yeah, I went April Fool's last year. We started remaking Remembrance, but we replaced Twilight with Mario.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, so I need to go and I want to actually finish that, render it, and release it on April 1st. It's a Mario.
Oh my god! I'm a princess! I'm a mermaid!
First Sanchez and Booping McMike. Yeah, Mike is upstairs getting food right now.
Yep, Adam. You're stuck with Adam until Mike is done eating.
I am doing well, Estera. How are you doing?
Yeah, what happened to the Mario? Hi, Ed.
Maybe switching your channel over to Mario content. Yeah, well, that's what April Fool's is.
You gotta make it for the whole month of April. One short for every week.
It wasn't really fooling because it was pretty obvious that I wasn't going to do it.
But that's why you have it one short for a whole month. Per week.
Yeah. Just release like 5 different remakes of all my videos.
Yeah, why not? Adam the Amazing 4'4". That's actually the first time I've heard that. Very nice one, Surya. Even though that's a bit off.
That's
close enough.
Taller than me.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be Adam the Amazing 9'8".
9'8".
Well, Applejack be in the video. Not this one, Xerxes.
First time chatter Xerxes, yet I recognize the name, I think.
No, it's Trixie and Spitfire. Oh, there's a couple other random horses in there in the background, but there's no Applejack. I actually have done, if I had to pick a horse that I've done the most content for, it's Applejack. She's just so fun to make.
She is.
Because it's simple, it's stupid, and I don't know. It's
don't describe the American population like that.
No, Applejack to me is the funnest character. Mm-hmm. I think Rainbow's the easiest to animate, but Applejack, in terms of content, is the easiest.
I mean, tractors by themselves. And then also you got the apple bucking. She's got those thunder thighs because of it.
It's just, I don't know. She's a simple character, and it makes the writing and everything easier. And it just means anything outside of a norm is funny.
Fair enough.
Working on Scarlet Rot, funny teleporting to different FNAF locations. Oh, okay, yeah, I saw the other one you made.
Yes, there is a drunk apple bloom in this bit.
Watch all of your videos on YouTube. Well, thank you very much. I have 3 channels now, so if you include the live stream backlog, I hope you haven't watched all those, because that's like 760.
I'm sure it's just videos. The main.
I can't remember how much content I did up math on there at some point. It was actually, none of the streams used to be numbered, but then I went and did an estimate, and that's where I came up with the number based on how many weeks I would have done it, and we're on the screen. I want green screen. I'm going now. It's already going. So, oh whoa,
hi.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? I keep playing VLC out of habit, but we're not doing that anymore.
No,
we're doing horse music.
Horses of courses.
Let me find some horse
yeah.
Let's see here. We got
horse music.
I'll just do. No, I can't. Yeah, I can probably do that, but I won't. Let's go to. Wait, I'm on the wrong channel.
You're on the regular.
No, this is the right channel.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's died in that playlist.
Oh, I gotta expand it down here. Okay, there we go. I found it. I'm just being stupid.
Hello, Trixie. How's the butter? Ah, classic.
There we go. How's the butter? She's definitely enjoying the butter. That's butter. I think
it's margarine. Summertime one is hilarious.
Let's see here. She ate a lemon whole. No, she hasn't consumed it yet. She's working on it. With the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at some of the old videos. Argo, the summertime one is hilarious. Oh, thank you. Actually, that one, I was super motivated to do that one because that one was just fun. Like I got that one done, I think, in a week or so because it was just I was having so much fun making that one.
It's a Twinkie. It was a Twinkie. That's great.
It's a twinkle. It's not a Twinkie. It's a twinkle.
It's a twinkle. What's a twinkle, Surya?
It's and twinkle.
And twinkle.
Well, anyway, so I basically have about a week to get this done. Where I have more, but I like give myself a buffer because I know I'm going to take longer. So we're going to see how much we can get done today. I was thinking about starting with the small ones.
And eat all of the butter.
Okay, oh, that's fine.
And eat all of the butter.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just start right from the beginning here. See if we can at least finish one shot. If I can finish the big one today, I don't think I'm going to finish it, but I get distracted very easily. Who's ready for some fun in the sun? That was such a fun video to make. And that was all because I think we were just looking for a stupid idea, and then Michael came up with the idea of fun in the sun, like literally in the sun, and that's what's happening. And then that whole video just came from that. And I was the biggest surprising thing with that is I used Rules of Nature and it wasn't copyrighted.
Rules of Nature? Yeah.
Like, I thought that would have been copyrighted to hell. I thought I was going to be giving it revenue, but it actually let me keep it.
I still think you should have used the song Red Sun.
I don't know those ones. I just know the meme. And I love Rules of Nature. It's a good song.
It is a good song. The entire soundtrack is banger, and you should listen to it at some point.
There goes Skull Creep Damon. No, the only thing I still have to add to the video in terms of content is the end. Like the one that I kind of use as like a credit thing. This one's going to probably have something that's not from that, so I might have to do that quick. But that should be pretty easy. I don't have to do any lip syncing. It's just going to be Trixie, who's normally just standing there, and some other people probably interacting without much other stuff. So I'm not worried about that. And any credit scene that I do is always, I don't need it for the convention. I'm mainly worried about the convention. So,
hi there, Kite.
Yeah, hello, Kite.
And Astral.
How you doing, Argo? I'm doing very well. Show if I
Astera, sorry.
Yeah, if you want to post in Discord, I can grab it. Check it out later. Selena was on vacation, or she just planned her escape. No, on that, I think the only reason I did that was because I was trying to figure out a way to make a credit scene. I always like to do something where it's usually something that I can put in 1/4 of a corner, because I put all the patrons in the one other corner, and then I like recommending videos on the rest of it, and I can adjust from there. And so it was just something to fill the space. Putting just a credits where it's a black screen is boring, so I like to do something with it.
So it says here,
just have Trixie swimming in a pile of money.
No big cash money.
She got that raise. There's your post. There's your credit sequence. Mm-hmm. Just have Trixie swimming in a pile of money, Scrooge McDuck style. I don't know. No,
well, that'd be hard to do because the money moves. But no, she's going to be showing. Before that, the actual end of the video is her being promoted to a management position. And then the credit thing, I haven't figured out what to do. But again, it doesn't matter. I can figure that out after the convention or whatever. Because I have a video that's going to be for Anthology. It's just the one we did for Twitch Directs a while ago. I'll be releasing that probably the weekend of Cider Fest, and then like the week or two afterwards releasing this, because don't release 2 videos in the same time. Alright, so yes, lip syncing is difficult, but I'm going to try to half-ass it. I usually my half-ass still looks like 80%. But I need to get rid of clipboard. Just look at a roof.
It's like seeing the back of your hand. Hey, that's new. I wonder if it's lemon flavored.
It's very beautiful.
She's booping herself. Oh no, she's learned the ultimate power. Self-boopage.
You can't see this. Okay.
Will Applejack be in the video?
Nope. Close. Well, if you look at it from like here, other than like having brown eyes, if this was just green eyes, you'd have Applejack.
Applejack is orange.
Close enough.
Oranges and lemons are not the same.
Actually, Booping Ponies Michael is gone this time. But yeah, that's why. It's
actual facts. Now he has to sift through all the past live streams.
Okay, I brought up before that lip syncing. If you really want to get down and dirty with it, it's a lot of you can get really nuanced, but there's really only was it 4 different groups, and it's mouth open, closed, lips back forward,
yep,
and teeth or no teeth. That's really well. So I guess 3 groups. That's really all you ever need to do anything.
Like, so when you have like teeth or no teeth, where's like that? Because I always just use like lips up and lips down.
I mean, it's more of like if you're gonna do O or E.
Yeah.
E is you're always gonna have
your teeth shown. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's not about having.
Well, that's when I just use lip. I just use lip down, like lip up, for like getting the teeth to be shown in these models.
Like, and so like here, this could work for an O, but if I need an E, I would do more like usually like a little bit of anger on it too, and do something like that. So, but normally you can also have the lips pull back, but like so. I'm going to try to do the lip syncing like that. So if it's going to be so, all I really have to do is... Oh, wait. Oh, she's... Ooh. Well, actually... She's already got kind of a default look, and I'm going to try to keep that, but that does make it difficult. Frown, if you have a default on the frown, some facial stuff that are done will add a little bit more to it, and then get like extra sad, but I'm just doing it to try... Because remember when they used to have the neutral slider?
Yes, I liked
that. Have that anymore. Because all the ponies had a slight smile, and the neutral would just put it back to a flat line.
Yeah.
And I used to like doing that. So is going to be kind of like, see, this is doing it here. It's kind of overly sad.
Yeah.
So reduce the frown a little bit. So
Michael's moving. He's marching upstairs. Hello. How are you doing, good sir?
I don't know.
Would you like your throne?
You can keep it if you want.
No. Okay. I was just keeping him company and chat company until you came over.
Keeping the seed warm.
No.
Yeah.
It is good I've arrived. Otherwise, you might convince him to put Zoomer humor into all of his videos.
No, I can't convince him to do that. He's not as weak-willed. He's not weak-willed.
Not like
Unlike you. I didn't want to say it, but
Weeble stuff is Zoomer humor.
I mean, I think it's funny, but I'm not a Zoomer. Howdy, Mike. All right. Well, Chet, take it easy. Nice seeing you.
I could feel all the farts in the chair.
He did eat 3 ways.
He did. We had 3 ways. It's delicious. I wouldn't boop Michael. Just howdy.
No.
It's Michael. Where? There.
Yeah, see that I'm already putting too much time in it.
Is he making funny faces? Thank you, Sir Edward.
I gotta actually mute the music for a sec because I think that's a side here.
So, it's it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not too worried about some of those, like, little breathing things, like... Those are super easy to add afterwards if I feel like it's needed. So I'm not going to bother right now. But when you hit the end of so, it needs definitely to extend.
Okay.
No, they're just posting quotes.
No, that was not a post quote. That's a low one.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yes, I see that. So how's everybody on this Tuesday evening?
Wait, I've never done that before.
What do you mean?
Oh, like that.
Even I've done that.
Like this kind of stretch?
Yeah, I've done it by accident with you watching, and then you yelled at me because I did something wrong.
Yeah, it's like it's holding Shift Alt. It's weird. I just got scammed by a guy today. Embarrassment 100.
Yeah, no.
Well, at least it's almost got scammed. Better than being scammed.
Yeah, I've had some close calls before. I think I had a close call with something I ordered on eBay, where somebody knew what I ordered on eBay and used it to try to convince me that my eBay account had been canceled, and to reopen it, I had to give them information. I caught on to it pretty quick and just checked my eBay account and saw that it was fine, but it was concerning that they knew what I ordered.
Well, they can probably go into the history of the buyer and whatever, just data mine.
I feel like maybe.
Or if you just don't have a secure password.
Nah, I'm thinking they probably were. The person I bought the thing from probably sold my information.
Supposedly, the new 4090s are, if you put there's a certain software, and if you put 8 of them linked together, they're fast enough that running this software that's built for password cracking can crack an 8-character password hash in 45 minutes.
It's impressive.
And a hash means that they can grab it from anywhere. A hash is public, basically. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's pretty creepy. But it also means that every character you add from that should increase the time of that by 24 or 30-something times. So just have long passwords.
I'm thinking, like, 10 years from now, the only way to keep your stuff safe is to have, like, a retina scanner installed into your computer. That'll be fun. That's a fun feature we can all look forward to.
Well, that's why I use 1Password. I have.
I use that at work. No, I use LastPass at work.
Because I can go here and be like, boop, I'll put get. And all my passwords are just random gobbledygook at whatever the max length the website supports for password length.
Two-factor everything. I two-factored my Blizzard account, and somebody still got into it.
Yeah, two-factor is another layer, but it's nice. The nice thing about two-factor is if somebody has something that can break your password, they probably don't have a thing to break the two-factor, and a website's not going to let them try 30 times a second. So it's they're not bad, but I think Discord had something that it just bypassed two-factor. So It's up to the system still how secure it is.
Yeah, I got the little key fob from Blizzard along with my regular password and stuff, and somebody still got into my World of Warcraft account. I don't use it anymore, but I'm logging to Blizzard to play like StarCraft, and they told me straight up, somebody upgraded your account and then got it locked out for nonsense. My gulping is infusing into the mic. My drinking of the booze. You can use those sound effects in video.
Because you have it aimed like at your throat, and you are a very loud drinker.
I'm thirsty boy.
I need multiple holes.
You guys need to be. It needs to be like you're in the room with me. That's how good these mics are when I'm drinking.
Cheers, Bridget. They're on SFM. I need a phone or tablet. Your phone or tablet would explode. If you could, I can run phone like SFM on my tablet. It's just doesn't run the greatest. And shoot as well.
SFM like single cores running quick. It's not too thrilled about more than like 2 cores.
Yeah, the software's old enough that you don't need great hardware for it, but you still need some hardware.
Wait, I was in the music industry? Oh, that's right, because I have a song. No, No, I walked into somebody doing a ASMR session one time, and it was odd just kind of watching it happen.
Says here. Okay, I can do it from the back. I wanted to get a little bit of this done this weekend, but had other stuff going on, and
Weekend was busy. And things we want to do this week too, at least my understanding. Like the grill out.
I put a thing on Discord about it.
Ooh, cool. I'll have to check that out later.
It's just to say we're doing it, I guess. It's supposed to be 75 one day this weekend, I think.
Whew, that's a big
And then
turnaround.
immediately back to 50s.
I already heard
50.
I heard on the radio on the way home that some of the ski resort places are already opened.
Well, yeah, if their temperature's low enough, they just shoot their own snow
Yeah,
out.
they just made lots of snow.
Do you know about FNAF? I know that it exists. Other than that, no.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I'm not a...
I played the first two, and I didn't really get that into them.
Here.
It was novel. A jump scare game that streamed well. That's essentially what it is. It actually surprises me. I go to Target and they've got an entire book series now.
Anything to monetize it.
It's crazy. It just started off as this video game that streamed really well because it made streamers jump scare, and people just really got into it because of that. And then
Also,
it turned into like a whole thing.
It ticks boxes for people in the furry fandom. It's spooky. It's edgy. It checks the boxes for people in like kind of certain age group. So
doesn't have Tim Curry in it, so it's not that interesting.
Yeah, that's why you need more Phantasmagoria.
Is Tim Curry in that one? I would hope so.
Is he?
I have no idea. He doesn't do as much anymore, given his condition. Wait, you're looking it up? I have no idea. Oh wait, Phantasmagoria, that game.
Yeah,
I love that game.
Tim Curry's in it, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. He's in Behind the Eyes of the Monster. Frankenstein Behind the Eyes of the Monster. That's the closest I've seen to that game.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. It seems like one of those games that he would be in.
Frankenstein Behind the Eyes of the Monster, 1995.
We're
That's
old. Actually later than I thought.
That game is evil.
That game is evil.
And I'll tell you...
it might be... I don't know if there's going to be gore.
Do you know why that game is evil?
This game is... It was all video. Real live recorded video that you interacted with back in the 95s. Very poorly green screened. It was like green screen people walking in front of mist environments.
Yeah.
But there was some very spooky gore type stuff in there. But it was a very famous game.
Spoilers for the game, but I'm going to tell you why the game is evil.
Okay.
I've actually never finished it, but I've gotten to the end. And the reason I've gotten to the end but never finished it is because towards the end, and here's the spoilers for anybody who wants to like run away now before I give Phantasmagoria spoilers.
This is from 1995.
Yes, but you never know. Anyways, at the end of the game, your husband in the game tries to kill you, and you have to run from him, and you have to do everything exactly correctly, or he will catch and kill you. And if he catches you and kills you, it deletes your save file, and you have to start all the way from the beginning of the game.
Because you're dead.
Because you're dead. You died. You have to start all over again. You don't get to pick back up from where he killed you to do the right thing. You have to start from the beginning. And this is not a short game. It took me weeks to get to the end. And back in the day, back in 1995, when you didn't have the internet to help you, it could have taken you months.
Yeah.
And
old games were brutal.
And there was never a more brutal game than Phantasmagoria for that single reason. Because if you messed up, you started over. You could save all the way up to the end. Like you would save your game, come back to it, reload your save, continue the story, reload your save. But if you died at the end, it would delete everything. Evil. Fun, but evil. I can't think of another game that ever did that to me.
Well, they're like the Dragon Quest V that played. Anything you do is perma-saved. Like you couldn't, if you messed up, you couldn't go and do like, oh, let's reload my save because there was no save to load.
Right.
It was always wherever you were. So in there, if you messed up,
you just had to live with it.
And if you burned through a certain percentage of your life force at a point in the game, you could literally be playing the game with the inability to ever actually finish it.
Right.
Because there's no way, with the amount of time it would take to get there, that you would live to get there. But they would not tell you that.
It's crazy.
But they give you a huge buffer. You just you had to really mess up.
It says...
Something's goofy right here.
They're making a movie for Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't surprise me. Not one I'll probably watch, but I mean, I understand some of the lore in Five Nights at Freddy because I don't think it started out with the idea of having a lot of lore, but it got so popular that the guy just kept running with it and then building a story.
It's people are saying, give us more, and so he said, okay.
And then people started writing fan fiction, and he picked up on that, I guess. Started writing his own creator fiction, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you would refer to it. It's been 7 years since the announcement of the Five Nights at Freddy movie. That sounds like it's going really well then.
Get on the Half-Life train.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. Come back to me in 2 decades and we'll talk. I think somebody actually did approach Gabe Newell with the idea of doing a Half-Life game or a Half-Life movie, and he turned it down.
I would say no too. How do you do Gordon?
Yeah, it'd be too hard. I mean, they did
Hardcore Hank.
Oh yeah,
like that.
They could do it like that, and that movie was actually pretty good.
It was surprise. If nobody knows what Hardcore Hank is,
or was it Hardcore Harry?
It might be Hardcore Harry.
Yeah, I think it was Hardcore Harry.
I think it's Hardcore Harry. Yes, it was. Yeah. This movie is a super interesting thing because the entire movie is recorded in first person.
Yeah, with a silent protagonist.
With a silent protagonist. And it is actually good. Like, the fight scenes, and I think it's also pretty consistent. Like, there's no camera.
It never cuts.
Yeah, everything is within, like, there's some cuts. But, like, these fight scenes in here are actually pretty legit good.
I think.
It was. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
Hardcore Henry's an amazing film. It was definitely an experiment. Henry, yeah.
So we were both wrong.
Yeah.
But yes, if you have a chance, just it's so good. Like, it is so good.
If you did a Half-Life movie like that, I did hear they were doing a Portal movie, and that would have been fairly interesting.
I like Hardcore Mike.
Hardcore Mike?
Yes.
First person. Just
combing a horse's hair for an hour and a half.
Yes. Combs a horse's hair for a half hour, does dishes, watches episodes of My Little Pony, which I do all the time, of course.
It says here
more so than anyone else here, at least. I'm actually caught up as far as I know on G5. Still not thrilled by it, but it is horse. I'm not gonna let that just sit unwatched. Moving in the first person, yes.
I do remember when we watched that movie, but it was engaging the entire time, surprisingly.
It was definitely a experiment in
And I want to see more like that, though.
Yeah, but it's hard to capture that magic.
Yeah, I don't think you can capture the magic the same way again.
Yeah. I think part of it was the novelty of doing a movie in the first person, but if you do another one, the novelty's kind of gone. So
Yeah, a bit. But I think the first time they did a really good job with it, probably on a limited budget. And now they could probably take it a step further with it and really take it out of there. But I think that if they do that, they're probably going to use more fancier visual effects and like cheating of using 3D effects, where they had, I think, a lot more practical here that made it feel more personable. So there's some things where if you put too much effort into it, it loses value.
You would definitely need a property behind it like Half-Life, which would be a good property to put behind it.
I still don't think it would really work, because I think that if they were to make like a VR movie, where like an interactive movie type thing, maybe
it's called a video game.
Yeah, kind of, but where it's more like a Telltale series,
where you're making choices that don't.
VR would actually have been a fun thing if they would have lived that long.
Well, technically, they're back. Somebody bought the company and all the rights to all the stuff.
Yeah, I saw they have a new Borderlands coming out.
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't know that was actually Telltale. I thought it was just somebody bought the rights and was just...
It's Telltale reviving the company, or somebody reviving the company. I don't know if it's the same people.
What made it fail to begin with, and are they going to make sure that doesn't happen
Streamers.
Again? Well... And how is it going to prevent it now?
They won't. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to make it work. Telltale make great games, but most people just watch people play them.
Streaming. So, like, for instance, what game was that? Cult of the Lamb has an add-on that you can put on to allows people that are viewing to use bits to put their character in as a person. Mm-hmm. But the add-on to do that is official and made by the developer, and they get a cut of every bit. So you could make a story-driven thing where it leans into the streaming and have it where people can do bits to interact and then get a cut of it. That kind of works.
I don't know how you would make that.
20%.
I don't know how you would make that work in a Telltale game past the person. The individual's making choices for the player, but then the player is the one watching the stream as opposed to actually playing the game.
Say the story's going on and there's characters in the background. Mm-hmm. If somebody donates bits, it can make the character do something.
Yeah.
In the background, and then they can watch it. That's all people really want, is they just want to see something they do make something happen.
Yeah, especially if it's a big streamer. Like, haha, you made them floss. Look at that. The zombies are flossing now.
Yeah.
Kids like that, right?
But when it comes to like Borderlands, that's Borderlands.
That's just Borderlands. Look, they're all acting like responsible adults. Good job, guys. Cute horse.
Cross here and see how this does.
Wolf Among Us was amazing. I don't know much about that one. I know it's essentially Beauty and the Beast, but with like a modern spin. That's about all I know about Wolf Among Us.
Well, not really Beauty and the Beast. It's fantasy. It's like Disney fantasy with like werewolves and princesses and fairies and all that, but in a grungier, like mid-city,
like a 90s environment.
What was that one movie with Will Smith in it?
That is a broad.
Bright or something like that?
the Netflix movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bright.
Yeah, it's basically like that universe was.
Okay.
But, I mean, more leaning into the fantasy side of things. Yeah. Not just that orcs and fairies exist in our world, but the whole world is developed around it.
It's basically the world. What if, like, the world of Snow White was continued on into the modern age? I get it.
The one movie I want to watch as a group at some point, but I know it would be way too long, is 10th Kingdom.
That's not a movie. That is like 10 hours long. Yeah. Like, I think we watched the first part together once. And there was hopes that we would continue it, but we never did.
Yeah. Well, because when you have a 10-hour movie, the first 2 hours are just exposition.
Yeah, it's just setting the world up. That's all the first 2 hours are. And the only thing that's real notable about the whole thing to me, Al Bundy is in it. I didn't realize that until recently, but yeah, the guy who plays Al Bundy's in it. But Warwick Davis is in it. He's one of my favorite actors ever. If you don't know who he is, you've definitely seen movies with him in it. You just probably didn't know it because he's under a lot of makeup most of the time. The only movie I can really think that he doesn't have a crap ton of makeup on that's popular is the movie Willow. Which, if you've never seen Willow, go watch Willow. That's a great film.
Well, then I'll stay quiet.
Never seen Willow.
I haven't said anything.
It's fine. I know how you don't like people saying that you need to watch things that you haven't seen, so I won't say that. I'll just think it loudly.
I actually, I have a pet peeve of when somebody uses the phrase, "You haven't seen blah." I hate that. It's like, you know why? Because I have a life that's different than yours.
Well, what did you do that for?
You know what? You can go clock into work for me and just live my life, and I'll just watch Netflix. I'll catch up on the movies while you go to work for me.
It sounds nice. Somebody go work for me. I feel like that's the reason I would want to clone. I'd clone myself. Be like, okay, you go to work. I'm going to stay here and like make pony stuff and sleep in. And then, of course, the clone would become angry and murder me at some point. But at least for a few weeks.
I'm liking this.
Be pretty nice. Howdy, Lunar. Lunar Guardian. Lunar.
Lunar Guardian.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Lunar.
I said Lunar Guardian.
Look at the horse.
Little horse. Oh, it's a beaky horse.
Yeah, it's also, I think is it a stallion? It looks like a stallion.
I can't tell. I can't see the snoot.
This is us moving way too quick. I'm trying to figure out how to balance it. So I'm trying to find a spot like here to just play ahead.
No, it is cold here. That is all I will tell you. Like, it is freezing outside.
It's not that bad, though.
It's like 20-something.
No, it was 40 when you got home.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 20-something this morning.
Yeah, it was this morning. You know what it isn't right now? It's morning.
Let's get into the evening now, though.
Yeah, but it's still right now.
Oh, that's right. You got your MacGyver watch.
Yeah, right now.
It's 41?
Well, that was like an hour ago. Now it's 40. No, it's down to 36.
It's cold.
Like mid-20s.
It's cold. I'm cold. Don't thinking about it.
It's going to be rough with winter coming up. And this is all in the beginning.
It's not allowed.
Because it's probably by mid-November, we're going to drop below 30 and not get above it until March. Maybe April.
See, the fact that you said that is the reason it's going to happen. You've cursed us.
That my mic isn't on? No, it should be working fine.
Do you have the opening screen up?
No.
That breaks everything.
No. I can double check some here. How does that sound? Oh yeah, I do sound a bit distant.
Well, you're coming through two microphones now.
Hold on, I can't even just mute. No, because I tested before and my microphone was working. But yeah, why is it very echoey?
Am I echoey? Can you hear me better than you can hear him? Mike's not complaining.
There's going to be a pop for a sec.
This is exactly what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for this. I thought this was going to be warm all year.
Testing. Yes. Still distant. Let me double check.
His computer setup is so convoluted that even he doesn't understand it. He says he knows how it works, but then it doesn't work half the time. So if he knows why he broke it, I want to know that. I'm gonna talk trash about. He's gone now. We can talk trash about him if we want. He's not even here. He's dead. So his chat say mean things about Rainbow Dash. and nice things about Derpy. This is your chance. He can't see you. Argo needs more boobs. No, he doesn't need more boobs. He doesn't get boobs. His OC could have a boob, maybe.
Let me see if that's better on my side. Probably not. All right. Yeah, it's still very distant still.
No,
testing.
Syria.
Yeah, if I get right up in there, it still works. I think that it's.
Derpy is adorable.
Wait.
What?
Here. Test. Oh, that's fine.
Why? It's because my mic's better than yours?
Your mic is way too loud.
Well, I didn't do it.
Oh, you know what?
What? What have you done? You turned off my mic.
Okay.
Chat. I think you turned off my mic.
No. Okay, now I sound fine. No, you. Oh wait.
Can I talk?
Yeah, talk again.
Do I sound good?
Michael sounds. Say something again.
If I press this button.
No.
I won't press that button.
What that did was it boosted your audio by 20 decibels.
This sounds like a good thing.
No, that is bad.
Am I not
If you screamed, it would have immediately peaked.
Am I not the main point of attention for these streams? Am I not the one they need to focus on?
No, but it was echoey, not because my mic was off, but because your mic was picking me up louder than my own. So that's why. All right. Well. No, mic works now. Okay. Now how does it sound?
Huh?
Okay.
Does it sound good?
Yeah, no.
He says that because he can't hear me.
No, there's these microphones. Are they the one that there has a little switch for 0 and negative 20 decibels? There's a reason for it, but I disassembled for podcast yesterday, so which meant tearing that all apart, and I must have flipped it by accident. So that was what it was doing. But now it's all fixed. So
I can't imagine what it was like with Adam on this microphone earlier.
He had it way below him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Mic check. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's your voice impression.
Oh, that is my voice impression.
It says here that
Michael, mic check. Michael, mic check. Testing. 1, 2, Michael. 3, 4, Michael. Red, blue, Michael.
It says here that you were
1, Michael. 2, Michael. Red, Michael, blue, Michael. Is that what it is? The Dr. Seuss book, but with Michaels. Look at Pony's nose. What's more perfect than that Pony's nose?
It says here that you were looking. It says here that you were looking.
Yeah, it still do not. I'm having difficulty getting this to actually look right.
So it says here that
Argo needs holiday coffee. I need holiday coffee. We should go get us coffee. Middle of the stream.
They didn't actually check me for my coffee today, so I just walked out.
What?
When they're like, sip and save? I'm like, yep.
Oh.
Which means I didn't actually put it in. You go there enough and they just like, oh yeah, you have it. But if I never actually have checked, I could just stop it. So.
No, I get free coffee at work every day. It's not as good as holiday coffee, though.
I like holiday coffee. It's not the best coffee, but for a cheap one you can get on the go. And I spend I think $6.20 a month, and I can get up to 24 ounces of coffee there a day. So.
It says here.
I think I'm going to extend this a little bit more.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Okay, I think
success.
Here that you were looking. Here that you
$6,000 on coffee. Who paid $6,000 on coffee?
$6,000. No, it's $6.20 a month.
You spend $6,000 on coffee. You need to get that cat poop coffee.
I'm just gonna go forward with it and come back to it.
Like super fancy coffee.
Looking for
You feed coffee grounds to a cat.
Quote.
And apparently you can sell it for like buku bucks. So if you have a cat and a can of Folgers, you can get super rich super quick. I give good advice. I don't know what that is, Nolan. Sounds fancy, though.
The Cavette Cafe. I have no idea what that is, actually.
It's too fancy.
I think Black's Place run to my tobacco dip. Kind of tastes a bit like eggnog. That sounds weird.
It's cat poop coffee? Okay, yeah. Like, totally. Like, if you got a cat and you got a can of, like Walmart brand coffee beans, you just feed that to your cat, and then it becomes the most expensive coffee in the world. You do have to dig through cat poop, but if you own a cat, you're probably already doing that anyway. So, just win-win. No one. That nasty.
Would you drink derpy poop coffee? For one, I don't know if that quite work the same. A lot of it is, it's not just any animal's poop from coffee beans. It's specific ones depending on enzymes. And usually it's through some very cruel means, so.
Force feeding.
You were looking for.
You got a cat and a can of Walmart brand coffee beans. Just feed them to your cat. It becomes the world's most expensive coffee. That's right. It's good advice.
That you were looking.
It's a little bit too frown. I feel like I need to put like O. Okay, so this is going to be some difficult words in this one for me. And I've kind of been just doing cheap lip syncing lately, so I'm kind of out of practice. Actually, I haven't really done much with these in terms of detail for these newer models.
You're looking.
I feel like a lot will change as far as the model's concerned. If and when Source 2 comes out. They might even be able to support fuzziness. Wouldn't that be great? Fuzzy
SFM1 supports fuzziness.
Does it, though? Like, well?
It's amazingly resource intensive, and all it is hair that goes straight out. Mm-hmm. There's no physics to it. And if Source 2 did, the amount of processing it would actually consume to do it would not be useful in any way to run. You would have to enable it for rendering, and only on rendering. And then you would have to render it over probably week, and then see how it turned out.
That's the best thing about G5, is that the horses are fuzzy. And I love it. Because when the hair catches their fuzz just right, you can see how fuzzy they are. And it's really, really great. It's the best thing G5 has going for it, is the fuzziness of the horsies.
I don't know if I'm going to care too much on this, because I think this is mostly going to be behind a clipboard anyway.
That is a sad story, Sunset. Sounds like one of my stories.
When you said a dog that ate a full pound of chocolate-covered chocolate beans, it was literally bouncing off the walls for 10 minutes before falling over dead from a heart attack. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for a dog. For a lot of reasons. They're more like weasels. You want weasel poop coffee, Nolan? I think cats are easier to get. Just give it to the cats and tell people it's from the weasel. They won't know the difference. They're weirdos. Anybody who drinks, like, poop coffee is a weirdo. I said it. I've taken that hard stance. Sorry if I offended all you
sorry,
drinkers out there.
Needed the music for you guys before now I put it back on.
Oh, what can I say? I like honey, and that's beet barf. Don't think about the beet barf. You clean off the cat poop. Are you sure? Like, can you be 100% certain that they've thoroughly cleaned off all the poop? Why are we talking about this? Because these are the important issues of our day, Surya. This is the stuff that gets me out of bed in the morning.
He likes making sure that the audience that we maintain is the people that only want to hear about raunchy stuff.
It's not raunchy. Everybody poops.
If somebody pops in and then here's a conversation about poops, what do you think they're going to do?
They're going to be like, whoo, and they clap their hands.
No.
Because the majority of the internet is 15. This is the kind of stuff they are enthralled by.
Yes, and you know what? They also 15-year-olds are entertained by 70-year-old men on the internet.
Maybe. I don't know. They probably like this stuff. Look at these cute horses. Cute little horses. You are an animal expert. Well, that is fantastic. If it's a Nolan, he would get excited about coffee talk and poop talk jokes. Yes. He loves that shit.
It would be very simple. Coffee talk and poop jokes. Problem is, it's not coffee talk and poop jokes. It's coffee poop. We can like you're mixing the two.
It's putting them off of coffee, though. I think that's actually impossible. Oh, sir, yeah. Oof. Exactly my oof. Yes.
See, not like that. Timing's. There we go. Like that was way off. I don't know how I got that far out.
It's here that you were looking for.
No, I know what we need to do. So you can bring in the higher brow crowd. We need to get top hats and monocles. And those little nuts you have to crack open that are green. They're like peanuts but fancier. No ones. We'll eat those during the stream. And we'll go, I say. And then you'll reply, I say. And then we'll do that. And then we'll be fancy. And then we'll get only the fanciest people to watch us.
Whoa.
That's it, Nolan. Those are the fancy nuts. Mustachios. Mustachios. We don't worry about such things, Sir Edward. Don't worry about those things at all. You see, he's running the streams longer right now because he needs to get things done before Cider Fest. And it would be a tragedy if he was distracted in any way with any such nonsense that I might.
If you want, I can purposely delay the ability for you to see horses. That's what you're asking me to do.
Why?
Is you're requesting the denial of horses being consumed by a larger audience.
Who's doing this? I don't know what I'm on. What did I ask?
You just said to distract me from doing things so I don't finish it in time.
No, I don't want to distract you. He's asking about Michael takeovers.
Oh no, I turned it off.
Yes.
Because
because of the thing I was saying.
Because otherwise I extended it and now I'm running short on time, and if I were to do that and then some stupid faces, that would take up 2/3 of the time that I need.
See.
So Well, and that so I don't drive myself crazy and actually give myself a little time to myself some evenings.
He will become like
because this. I'm just talking about doing this stuff, but I also need to get the anthology video done. I have to prep for bad fan fiction, which means I have to go and find, edit, print, and consolidate all the bad fanfics that we're going to do and create any of the jokes that we're going to do for it. I have to get the SFM Ponies panel completed and done, which is going to require me scouring the internet for some videos, downloading them, getting some stuff ready for that. I have to what was the other Super Fight. That one's pretty easy because we don't really need to do much for that one. What's the other one I have to prep? I have to prep all the equipment to make sure that we have everything we need for that. We also have a podcast we just recorded. That's got to be all done. There's a lot of stuff to do, and I only don't have much time for it.
And he will become volatile towards the end. Touch him with the stick, he'll just pop.
I will be likely to explode. What can I do? Yes.
I don't know. Sorry, word. Last time I tried to touch the computer when he left, I was attacked by a tall giant.
Yes, he's waiting in the shadows.
He's just gonna jump out and try to murder me. Just because I'm trying to fix things that are broken in his videos.
He's Spitfire. Spitfire.
Oh no, Spitfire. She's a Spitfire. She's a Pokemon apparently. Spitfire.
It's like you. She's like you.
No, she needs boops. That's a boop
You wait
face.
for me, booper.
Stop making a boop face. You're pointing at your snoot. You want me to boop it. This is a trap. No.
It's trying to. It wants the boop.
It wants the
boop.
No. I'm looking at the other screen. It's like trying to get booped.
This is like a Picasso.
No, she's got the rhinoplasty.
She's like wants the boop.
Wants to be booped. No, it's want to be booped. No, it just wants
by somebody else
on the internet. It's gone surfing. Who was it ever called surfing the internet?
I ginger on a time limit. It's like a sweaty stick of dynamite. Oh, I get it. No, cons are normally like the week or so before a convention. Any of the ones where I have panels is usually just crunch hell of trying to get everything done because there's always something that goes wrong and I got to get it figured out. And then you finally are like, everything's done. But now you have to go, and so you're already exhausted mentally, and then you have to go and do it all out. It's rough. But I love doing it, but at the same time, usually when the conventions are over, we sometimes just don't do streams on Tuesday because I just need to shut down. I need a break.
Cons are super relaxing. I enjoy them. I get to see friends that I don't get to see a lot, and I feel guilty for not seeing them as much as I'd like to. There's one friend in particular I feel rather guilty about.
Well, I think
because I consider them a good friend, but I don't talk to them much. Do you know who that friend is? You could probably guess. You could probably guess. You guys probably not so much.
Me?
I see you plenty.
Jay?
No, I see him enough.
Enough.
I see him enough. He comes around. No, not somebody who lives here. Somebody I only get to see at cons. And one other event.
Charlie?
Barely know Charlie. Though I think I am responsible for Fizzy Glitch.
No, I don't think so.
I think so. I was the one who suggested it to Kieran. You were suggesting freaking yak. He's sad that you didn't get the yak. He's sad, I can tell.
Well, there's no other con. Does any con have a yak?
No, because the yaks are dumb.
But they're big and fluffy.
They're not ponies.
But they're big. They're ponies covered in extra fur.
No, the one person I know who knows Charlie really well, they don't get along, so I get to hear about Charlie a lot.
No. Who at a convention do you get to interact with more often?
You should know
Nightly?
this. Nightly is a cool dude, but no. I don't really feel guilty about not talking to him that much. Come on, this should be easy. Who's somebody who does a lot for us, but we don't really see that much? Where did we go, like, this year? Big party. You know at this point, there's no way you're just messing with me.
I know you're talking about.
Yes. Mid-prim.
Yes.
Whoa.
I could say that about.
Yeah, but she like goes above and beyond to like invite us to her place and like have a big party and.
Well, no, normally there's a lot of people that like I've gotten to know just a lot of the different vendors, and it's always nice getting to see any of them, really.
Yeah, but like she's the one who like invites us to things, and her mom's cool. She's cool. I know her family. I can't say that about any of the other vendors.
Quote.
No, the yak was fine. The yaks were fine, but they're not ponies.
Well,
Ponies are cute. Kieran's are ponies. They're like forest fire ponies.
Quote.
Okay, I wanted to have the whoa and like that little gap and before going and like
Quote. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
I feel like this actually should be a little bit more puckered.
Quote. Whoa. Whoa.
Probably should be more further.
Spitfire. Spitfire.
Well, see, when they're speaking very fast, you can get away with like shortcuts and whatever. When they say a word very distinctly and harshly and slowly, like this, you have to be much more specific on how you do the lip syncing. So I need to make sure this word out of any of them is done well.
Whoa. Quote. Quote.
Dead by Daylight.
Quote.
You don't want to sit on lobsters. This is true.
Quote.
To imagine that would not be pleasant.
No big cash monies.
Like here, if you count the words that she did, so this is this part right here.
That you were so. It says here that you were looking.
Okay.
So it says here that you were looking for.
Oh, so it says here that you are looking for. So it's 9 words. So this has twice as many words as this part. So that's where the density matters.
This is the most lip sync you've done.
And I hate multiple syllable words. I love the words that are like on, because it's you do a mouth pose, you open the mouth, and then you close on a different pose. That's all it is. But multiple syllables usually are trying to figure out how to mix them in, and like here, this shouldn't be too bad. So we have
Quote.
Just do nothing but one syllable words. Just have Trixie like horse 1 race, and then Spitfire like no horse, bad horse, and that would be how all these videos would go. Genius.
So you're looking for a promotion? Trixie can't say.
Trixie want more. Trixie can't even say Trixie. It's 2 syllables.
Trixie wants motion.
Cheating.
It's 2 words. She's the pro-motioner.
See. She's pro moving around, which is good. It's good fitness. Get up and move. Not right now, obviously. You gotta watch the stream, but
we're gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely put some curve into this one. Do a little bit of close in there. Oh, not maybe not. It's over clipping. So
why is she so grump?
let's see. Can we put the lips out and it makes sense? Kind of. This is. Otherwise, she's kind of getting like Turtle Club. Turtle.
Somebody should recreate that scene, but with Rainbow Dash. She wants to be part of the Turtle Club.
And here, I'm actually. I'll probably do this in the post, but I might, because to do it's like feels like you're really pushing the mouth up, but I can't get the mouth that high. But there's the mouth bone, so I can actually push the mouth to actually be up higher like this, and I can get a better look on it. So,
no, she's super grump. He's squishing her snoot.
Remember, was that? Oh, is it from Monsters Inc. or whatever? That one old lady.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
It kind of looks like her. They're both yellow, so it works.
I love also doing this, and then.
So, it says here that you were looking for.
Like somebody punched her really hard like a week ago, and just face needs work. It's like, see?
It says here that you were looking
She
for.
looks like a bad cartoon from like the early 2000s. With the mouth always completely on the side. Oh, too big. She got the big chin.
So,
she's ready to fight demons in hell.
For, quote,
get back in your face.
That's good cute face again.
no,
Okay, so we need
no,
Fire needs like a scarf. And accessorize your horse.
see if I can get away with. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do this look.
What if she had like a little clip-on tie? That'd be cool. I think it'd be cool. Chat, do you think it'd be cool if she had like a little clip-on tie? That'd be cute. I mean, cool.
no,
Clips onto her fur.
no.
I don't think I'm gonna get my tie, chat.
No, no,
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. I think I'm gonna go. I gotta decrease that to 0. Probably put a little bit of curve in here again. Oh, that's the most pucker we can give. Can we like?
no, big,
Man, just looking at that coffee cup makes me want to drink coffee. How many glasses of coffee have you had today?
I picked up a 20 ounce.
This morning?
Yeah,
That's it.
that's all I've had.
Doesn't feel like enough.
20 ounce?
Yeah.
How much is in this?
Oh, there's still one more upstairs if you want it.
No, I'm trying to think of size wise. Because a 20 ounce coffee is bigger than that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, but you need like another one for like 3 in the afternoon. What do you want?
I wonder how that was. I think it went really well after the 3 rays.
3 rays are a lot of grease. Especially with the beef.
Oh, I gotta get rid of that. Drop that grin down. She needs this extra showing of teeth. Her frown's there. It's really got to pull this back.
Big.
I think these need to be compressed a little bit.
Big. Big. No big. So big. Cash.
Okay, she needs to get a little bit on the more frown side there.
Cash.
So cash is another. I consider that kind of like a three. It's not three syllable, but it's cash. So it's going from a forward to a backwards to a forward again, which is an annoying one.
Big cash. Cash.
So I want to do the beginning and end, but in the opening I have to actually pull it backwards too. So cash. Punch. Okay. You can't really do lips. I mean, there's lips out, but they don't really work the way you want them to. So this kind of gets that shape that I'm looking for, but it's got way too much teeth. And that puts too much frown. Remember this song? It's a good song. This orange, delicious. It's there it goes. It's a dreamsicle cream ale. It's delicious. I actually focused on the can and not us. Surprised.
Crazy.
What's the name of the song? It's French whatever. I'm not going to remember the name of it, and that's going to bug me.
It's going to reach a point where the
Fight Within.
Oh, that's a nice picture. I like the picture.
It's an Aviator's the remix, I think, of an Aviator song too. And actually, think of that. Oh no, that was the Aviator's remix of the Prince Whatever song, I think. I had it backwards. So, but I do want to look. So,
music time.
One of my. I just added to the playlist. I'm gonna find it somewhere else. One of my favorite songs was from Prince. Isn't even a hard rock song. There we go. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button there. It is. You know what? I'm not even gonna remember the name of it.
That one.
Because I always. Oh, Holy Fire is good too. We're gonna play that one.
Just like
quick.
that horse. He's so super. It's like Super Saiyan Celestia.
I love this song. I'm gonna add it to that playlist too. Oh, and then I closed it. Oh,
You need to add the one with the good horse on it. Your playlist.
No, what's that one? It was like a super low key song, but it was kind of like the Fandom's Over song. But it's so good. It was
the one that they made that video to?
No, because that was an upbeat song. Charlotte Naivety is also one of my favorites.
isn't the
He's got
Derpy?
so many good ones.
Pretty sure it's the one with Derpy on it. That one.
No, not that one.
I like that one.
I'm not gonna. I think it's actually giving me repeat. So, no, that I've just been having a lot of stuff play on repeat, like when I'm at work and stuff, and I don't even look at it when it's playing
But you play that stuff at work?
on headphones.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. People are not assholes in playing their audio over it. We've had to talk to somebody nearby because they would go on meetings on speaker and a cube.
Yeah, I have my own office, so I can play music as loud as I want. But I get it if you're just in like a cubicle.
Yeah. No, we get headphones for work because we don't have phones anymore. It all goes to the computer. So if anybody dials our number, it just goes to the computer. And I just have headphones for answering the phone then. I don't get calls very often.
Cash money.
Okay, so the beginning of this, I think, has a bit more forward.
I kind of remember even when I worked it with other people, we would just have one radio playing and everybody would listen to it. Why don't you just do that?
Yeah, I mean, that was back when you did like radio, and now with the internet and everybody having headphones and stuff.
I guess. But like, if you're working a job where you can't be sitting at a desk.
The Holiday gas station when I went there today, the lady that's working there just had earbuds in, like AirPods, and she was just talking with somebody while she was working. She'd say hi to everybody, but she'd go right back to talking to whoever's on the phone there. Those people care so little, but they still 100% handle everybody's needs.
Yeah.
And so I don't care because I think it's hilarious. They're just they do everything they need to do, but other than that, they're like, you know what, I'm being paid crap. And I'll power to them.
Feels like how it should be. Like the fake plastic smiles always found unnerving. If you're being forced to smile because your corporation demands it of you.
Well, no, they're smiling and they're fun people. I like the people that work there. It's just they don't try to over show what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've been super kind. They've been super good, and I haven't had any problems with them. So if they want to go and talk on the phone, if they want to spray paint the walls, it doesn't bother me as long as I can get in and get out and do the thing I need to do.
What was that movie with Jennifer Aniston working at like a Fridays, and they were like telling her she didn't have enough flair on her vest and wasn't smiling and being like enough. That kind of stuff that I find disturbing. Like, smile because it's your job. Like, pay me more and I'll smile more.
Yeah, it's we expect you to work at 110%, but we're only going to pay you at 70%. Well, then I'm only going to work 70%. No, you can't do that. You're not going to make it anywhere in this world. I know you're planning to. I'm working at a gas station. I don't give a shit. Oh. It's.
Don't you want to reach management at McDonald's? You're never going to reach management if you don't keep that smile on your face. He's living in the big times.
I just heard something recently about people working 2 full-time jobs at the same time, and then they got fired for doing that. And I'm like, well, you should be fired if you're working 2 full-time jobs. But then when I actually read into it, it was in engineers that they went and got a second job and then basically just stopped working their other job and just got paid to do it. They stopped doing anything, and so they were filling their time doing that, but being paid 2 full engineer wages.
Yeah.
And they stopped going to meetings. They stopped interacting.
I think that's actually an issue in some hospitals where doctors will try to work at 2 different hospitals, and it's called moonlighting.
Well, moonlighting's fine.
Well, you can't if you're moonlighting and then you come into your regular job the next day, you're probably not going to be 100%.
Yeah, but that's as long as that person's performing what they need to do. What a job shouldn't be able to tell you how to live your life outside your job.
Yes, but if I'm a patient, I want to know that my doctor's not sleep deprived.
Yeah, well, that's the employer's problem with that.
If I'm the patient, it would also be my problem.
If their performance is deteriorating from it, then it's the performance that speaks to it, not the fact they have another job.
Yeah.
So it's because what if it's saying like, oh, they only have a job, they still perform like crap, but it's their only job, so we're going to keep him over the other guy. No.
If I'm the patient, I just want to know that my doctor's well rested is all, if my life is in his hands. And if I die or don't die, how are you going to prove if it was sleep deprivation or if
Michael,
I just didn't try hard enough not to die?
You're repairing electronic equipment for construction stuff that if something were wrong would be a problem. How well rested are you?
That's what coffee's for.
That's what they say too. It goes both ways.
Money.
I'm actually. No, I haven't seen it, Sarah. I haven't been in chat at all. I'm not. I'm gonna wait till afterwards.
Money.
Oh. We're gonna do. I'm almost done with this. I never have a little. No, that's not. There's a lot of times where I want the bottom teeth to show. There's not much where I want just the top, so that just doesn't make any sense doing that. You kind of get like the Grinch look. Oh yeah, that song's done. So, it'll bother me that if I can't remember.
We'll just have to listen to all of Prince Whatever's stuff. Just put him and just him on like a loop. He's got to play with us right there.
No, I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go to YouTube Music because it's higher bit rate generally.
There you go. Boom. Now just keep listening to horse music until you hear it.
Well, I bet you I can find it then because I just got all of it right in a row.
All that horsey horse goodness. Dish, rainbow.
Oh, I gotta turn that down though.
Is it a little loud?
It's a little better. And I love the first one that comes on is the one that was mine. I hate stuff. Oh, yeah, it's still too loud.
It's a Prince Whatever music day. Which
it's always
I'm
a Prince Whatever music day.
Most of it is already Prince Whatever. You're just like filling in the gaps.
Oh, God. I'm at the bottom end of this. There we go. That's a little better. The little loud. Let's turn it down there. There. So it's quieter for you guys. Let me know if you want to turn it up then.
You want louder music.
I think I don't.
Let them know if you want derpies at the corner of the screen too. That's probably pretty important.
I want lip down. No, that doesn't even look right either. They want to have it like pulled back, kind of down there, and I can, but I just don't like moving physical bones as I'm going through. Well, that kind of works.
The hoof bone's connected to the hoof bone. The horse bone. Hoof bone's connected to the snoot bone. Snoot bone's connected to the
big cash
spring bone.
Big
and that's how horses are made.
Big cash.
Yeah, it's just learning a lot
big cash money.
about horses.
Oh, big cash. Cash money.
It's a song. It's a song background. Yeah, it is. I could open that up while the song's playing. That'd be weird.
What's that?
I don't have the video open on the right computer, but it's enemy undefined. Is that enemy undefined? I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, enemy undefined. It was the one that I did the video thing.
Ah, the Sweetie Bells.
Because I did that whole thing on stream.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's pretty good. Sweetie Bot, I both like and dislike. Because, like, it's not like I've mentioned before, like, body horror stuff messes with me. And one of the events that kind of triggered that was Superman 2, where a woman gets turned into a robot. And I hated it. It messed with my little kid brain. So Sweetie Bot, I like as a concept, but at the same time, it brings back those memories of the lady being turned into a robot. It freaking me out as a kid.
Cash monies.
No, that's just basically a cute horse being turned into a robot. Yeah, it's a little, I find it a little unsettling.
Monies. Money.
The one thing with Sitterfest is Prince is going to be there, but I have a lot of evening panels. I'm concerned that I'm not going to be able to go to his set.
Cash monies.
I've been checking to see if the schedule's out for musicians, but I haven't found it yet.
I can just wear your hat and do your panels for you. I don't know.
I have the schedule for the con itself, like when everything is. They give it to us early so we can verify we don't have conflicts as community guests, which was actually helpful because we actually made a lot of adjustments. Like Charlie, one year I was a sponsor and I had to sponsor the VIP cocktail hour, and a panel was overlapping with that, and I'm like, well, like, it's not a big deal. I don't care if I missed part of it, but like this was an overlap. He goes, nope, we'll fix it. And he just moved one of my panels to like and replaced it with somebody else's because so I could go to the event. Yeah. So like Charlie's super flexible in the background about getting things. Once it's actually locked in after that review, it's basically locked in. But
didn't approve
super
the best
nice
panel though.
Yeah, Michael didn't get his panel.
I didn't get my panel. I didn't get my derpy appreciation panel. You know who got an appreciation panel though?
Gallus.
Gallus, the blue freaking student bird. Who gives a crap about the blue student bird? Sorry to all those Gallus fans out there, all two of you. But it's freaking bird.
So
it says here that you were looking for, quote, no big cash monies.
I have a feeling I'm going to be adjusting this a little bit, so it's not just always behind the clipboard. But we can do that now. So first off, I'm really bad about accidentally destroying the lip sync. So I want to make sure I separate the lip sync out into a separate model so that if I accidentally delete it, I'm not boned. Gallus appreciation, yes. It was there was actually two appreciation panels. There was Gallus and then there was another one.
I kind of got the other one. The other one was a pony, I think. But
yeah, I can't remember. I think that was on Sunday.
With the blue student bird.
I like that they
episodes.
Probably because they did a better job of making their push. You probably in yours just said derpy derpy boop 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 derpy.
That would have been better. No, I wrote up a thing. The picture I provided though was just the one you made for me. The troll that I use in Discord.
The what?
The troll picture of me that I use in Discord.
Oh no, that's fine.
No, I wrote out a whole thing.
Do I still have those screenshots? Because yeah, like at podcasts, Kyle had some really good ones this time. Like at that one.
I'm just gripping
that
the chair,
one.
apparently.
Or just
holding
the lime.
All right.
There's eating the lime. I like that one of me. But I don't care. Do not cover it. Well, yeah. Then we had this one of Kyle. Hold on. I just saw it.
Just like looking at Kyle.
Well, no. There was my favorite picture we did of him.
I did not see that. Why have you done this?
Smoking. Good times. You.
Not the worst picture.
Oh, that was the old plays too.
I don't like that angle. I don't like the side angle of me. I think that's what bothers me a lot of times. But I'm not about to get a front seat, so what do you do?
Where's the ones where we? Oh, there's this one. Wait, this is a video.
Why?
That was you. Why are you asking yourself why you did it?
Everything happens in a drunken stupor.
I was hoping for one of the stretch ones. Oh, this was because I was asking you guys to do expressions so I could get non-microphone bits, but it just didn't work because like Kyle did this, and but my favorite was John just stood up right in front of the camera and just took a We're like, damn it, John. Oh yeah, that's that was the picture for the pillow.
Yes.
I thought I had more than this though. Oh, I might have lost them when I transferred stuff over.
I think the pictures of the horses.
Because we had all the stupid, really like stretched Kyle faces that were just glorious. But now I don't know where it is.
Is that an animated John? That's amazing.
Which one?
The picture of John. The drawn, the t-shirt one. Next to the derpy. Yeah, I can tell that's John.
I don't know if it looks like it was probably a silver thing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's the mustache.
So, it says here that you were... It says here that you... It says here for...
No, I'm guessing I didn't get it approved because there's probably people asking for similar panels that were far better established than I. Charlie probably didn't even know it was me. He doesn't really know me, so... We've talked.
It says here that you...
Oh yeah, this is the song actually I was thinking about earlier. What was this song again? I love this song because it's very nostalgic. It even takes a song. Oh, Goodbye. That's a good name for it. I like it because it even calls back to his more energetic song about the whole fandom and everything about being there forever, but not just the Goodbye song. So I liked it.
I just can't wait till I'm old enough and I'm sitting in a retirement home and I'm just playing with ponies. And they can finally just start blaming it on dementia. Like, is that man playing with pony dolls? Yes, he has dementia. Is that why he's playing with pony dolls? That's what he's told us to tell everyone.
Our NDA says yes.
Yeah.
It says here that you were...
Oh, boy.
Okay, and then eyes up here.
It says here that you were looking for, quote...
Okay, and we're gonna...
What?
Slap yourself in the face with that.
We got this. This is Solidarity then. It was Solidarity? My church friend.
That's the song, yes.
Yeah, Solidarity.
There it is.
Well, it says here that you were looking for, quote... Here,
It's a good song. If you like that one.
It is a banger.
You know what's fun? Is actually meeting people who are new to the fandom. It's weird to think that there's still people joining this far in. They tend to be of the younger crowd, but it's still fun to see new people.
It says here that you were looking
I don't think you're going to find any more 40-year-olds who are like, I just discovered My Little Pony.
Never know. I don't see people discovering it anymore. I don't really see the fandom maybe not growing. There's always going to be people being added, but normally it's about are you net positive or net negative.
Yeah.
I see us being net negative, but at such a slow rate that it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently Charlie is thinking everything's going to be fine for a while because he's announced Winnie City for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
23 and 24, which I find it hilarious because when I remember when BronyCon was like, we're going to go 5 years, and it was like 2 years later, like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, things change.
Well, they realized things were slowing down and they wanted to go out with a bang instead of a whimper.
Quote.
But who knows? I mean, for all the crap people gave Baltimore, I kind of miss it.
Oh, I miss it. I feel like that would have been a con that would have been great, just shifting to every other year or something.
Yeah.
But I missed the it definitely wasn't as big as it used to be, especially in the last couple of years. It didn't really, until 2019, it didn't feel any bigger than some of the other small cons because, well, it was definitely bigger. It was in a much bigger area, and it just spaced out. 2019 doesn't count. 2019 was nuts.
I just want it to happen again for the purpose of nostalgia. Just how cool would it be if somebody just rented the Baltimore Convention Center for one year for a pony thing? Like, it would not pay for itself, but it would be a lot of fun.
Cash monies.
The nostalgia would be palpable. And from my understanding, that convention center has been having a hard time getting events.
Well, COVID probably didn't help. Though I will give BronyCon credit. They might have left and it was sad, but they left at the best time.
Right before COVID.
Right before COVID. Like, they literally would have had all this prep time and money spent on that they wouldn't have been able to use when they were already struggling.
Yeah,
no, they were perfect.
No, they couldn't have predicted that better.
It says here
which
that you were
makes you wonder. What time machine do they have possession of? And at what point in history do horses become real? And can we use it? It's a magical future.
It says here that you were looking for...
I think it took a few episodes before I could say that I was actually a fan of the show. Boredom and just needing to watch something to take my mind off of life is the only reason I started watching it in the first place.
You're looking for...
Who would have guessed that it would basically be the cure to my depression for quite a while? But that's a pretty similar story for a lot of people. Like, I was sad, and then I watched horses and I was less sad. Now that I'm fully conscious, I know that I will be stuck in this forever. No. For me, I've never stopped being a fan of anything I've enjoyed. I mean, I brought that up before. I might not be actively going out searching for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle merchandise, but there's never going to probably be a point where I'm going to be like, I don't really like Ninja Turtles anymore. I'm always going to like Ninja Turtles.
It says here that you were looking for,
I don't, I'm not as into it as I was when I was a kid, but I'm never going to be like, oh, Ninja Turtles is stupid. I don't like it anymore. I've moved past that. That's not going to be me.
That is when you were 17 and then you became 17 and a half and you're like, I moved on. I'm an adult now. No, it's the amount of people that are like, I left the fandom because it was getting stupid. And it's like, okay, then just don't pay attention to that part of it. It's not like the whole fandom gets stupid.
I'm a fan of a lot of things. I like Star Wars. I like Star Trek, Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, not so much. The new stuff, whatever. But I'm always going to be a fan of the stuff I was a fan of in the past. I don't stop liking them.
No big cash monies.
Heck, I even find some nostalgia in rewatching old episodes of Power Rangers sometimes.
Cash monies.
The Zoids were cool.
Well, we just did that yesterday during the right at the end of the podcast. We're like, yes, after 1,000 years, I'm free.
Yes.
Rita Rotten wasn't her name?
It
was Rita.
It was Rita.
No, it wasn't maybe not Rotten, but it was Rita. Yeah. And it was
Rita. She's a cool character.
Hold
fun.
On.
Opening is.
I just want to play the first 5 seconds of it. That's all that matters. I just want to hear Rita.
Oh yeah, because that song's probably copyrighted out the crazy. There it is. I like how some astronauts just showed up and let her out.
It is, my favorite part about being on the moon is the blue sky.
Yes, the moon has a very thick atmosphere.
It was, but also the theme song for Power Rangers
so stuck in my head
was
forever.
so good.
The guitars.
Oh, it's so good. Even now, it's like it's an amazing song. There's some remixes that are fantastic out there. And then I love that Cranston ended up being Zord.
Yes. Well, I mentioned it before. He was a couple of the monsters in the original Power Rangers.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Life is going very well. I hope you were doing a fantastic too.
That you were looking for.
Hey, charging.
We're it says here that you were looking for.
See, now the mouth actually looks kind of fine. I think it's a little overly puckered, but I'll worry about that later.
No big cash monies.
I think this might be okay for the majority. So I'm right now mainly worried about main body movements of getting it into the positions that I want them to be in. There's going to be definitely like swinging, another thing to get them between the different bits, and probably other bits about reading the page. I'm only worried right now about trying to move full body motion midway through anime. Usually leads to stuff that looks very what would you call that?
Wobbly wobbly.
Yeah, it's more of like where they have like where they can't sit still, because a lot of when somebody's talking and you say something, you stop and you move between different things. But if you start doing fixes for the whole body afterwards, everything starts cascading from the chest to the neck to the head, and it leads to like the head always moving around or whatever. So I like you lock down all those body movements first, but like the head and the hoof at the end, I can modify that in any way in post or afterwards, because it's just one bone to add a little extra detail. So, and the nice thing is they're behind a desk. That makes this so much easier.
Yeah,
because you only got to animate the head and the arm.
So like even right here, this is a very minor motion, but it moves the whole body a little bit. So now I don't have to worry about that, because otherwise you also don't want to make it look like the whole body is like glued down and the head is just pivoting on itself. Any motion you do involves the whole body, but most people are going to watch the head and the hands and the mouth. Well, it usually goes, if they're talking, mouth is the first thing to look at, then the eyes. So as long as you do those two correctly, you can kind of cheat the rest. I'm a fan of the original Star Trek, hate Discovery. I love the original theatrical release of Star Wars, not a fan of the new movies.
It's a lot of people.
Be a fan of one part of fandom and not others. Oh yeah, I mean, really, it's not like saying since you're a brony you have to like 3.5.
I mean, you do, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to think it. I'm going to...
No, it's... and actually, if you don't even have to be a fan of a fandom and like any of it. Because there's a lot of people that joined the MLP fandom not because of MLP, but because of Fallout Equestria. They probably couldn't care anything about the fandom, but Fallout Equestria was cool. Yeah. So it's just like what you like, and who cares?
It says here that you were looking for, quote,
enjoy all the things because that you can enjoy.
I might drop the oh, that's not the ball, it's the hand.
Especially dirt.
For, quote, for,
you guys need to post stuff in the derpy chat.
No
I was very active in that chat today. We need some more derpies though.
Okay, I'm gonna have her a little bit more, a little less angry.
She seems irritated, which is where you want it.
Cash monies.
Yeah, and that's what I was going for. That's actually what when Muse was doing the voicing, I basically said annoyed. I'm not looking for angry, I'm looking for annoyed. Mm-hmm. And that's what she did. She gave annoyed. So except for towards the end, because I did say mix in a little bit of anger, and she did. So
cash monies.
Charging, I'm about ready to make a controversial statement. I didn't like Star Trek when Gene Roddenberry was alive and running things. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Roddenberry, for Star Trek. But Next Gen got so much better after he was no longer involved. There's my unpopular opinion for the day. Why do the sliders move up half? That slider's like moving up half.
Because I'm using this.
What is that?
It's a stereoscopic slider. So this is eye close, and so if I go boom, 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 but if I go left, I can say only close the left eye.
Holy crap! I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so that's why when I do this, you can see only one of those lines move. No, I love stereoscopic because they're annoying because I have to keep doing that slider. In like this case, I accidentally didn't go all the way, so now when I increase things, they're not even. That can be an actual problem. But I also don't like having to scroll through a bunch of facial flexes. The new models all have stereo, which, well, not all of them. Like a lot of the mouth flexes have stereo too, but some don't work with flexing, or the stereoscopic.
I think I made a heretical statement.
I've never been a fan of Star Trek, only Star Wars, mainly because I started on Star Wars, also because Lego Star Wars games on the GameCube. No, I think they both have their place. Star Wars and Star Trek, well, they're both like space stuff. Yeah, like I actually am not a fan of really either. I really don't care about Star Trek or Star Wars. My favorite space universe is Mass Effect. I mean, they kind of I wouldn't say they ruined it with Andromeda, but they took a misstep there. So, I love that. And Expanse.
I figured you were going to say Halo.
I don't like the universe. I like the games.
Yeah,
but I didn't go buy the books.
Right.
Or for Halo. But we're in the Heretic. 40K is one that I've thought about getting into. But no, I like Expanse. Is awesome. I love that universe. It's probably the top of my list. Very closely followed by the Mass Effect universe. But I guess all post-apocalyptic aliens attacking everything type thing.
Yeah.
And if you watch this TV show Expanse, read the books because it actually finishes where the TV show stopped, and it's so good. The books are so good.
My favorite space universe is in a series that they barely go to space in. That's Half-Life. That counts. You're fighting aliens, kinda. Half-Life counts as a space show, right?
Hush monies.
Space game.
Half-Life?
Yeah. Counts.
I would say that you don't go to space,
You do.
Well, you do, but it's not like Star Trek or Star Wars where there's a lot of you're not flying through space, but a lot of it is creatures from other places coming.
Yeah, but you do go to Zen in one.
Yeah, but you teleport.
Yeah,
that's kind of cheating.
It's teleportation.
That's like saying Portal's a space game because you open a portal to the moon.
You don't go to the moon.
Yeah, you did. All the air. You do go out through the portal and out of the moon.
You know how easily you could destroy the planet Earth with that kind of tech?
I've watched something that was talking about how, no, actually, they were saying that if you were to have a portal like that opened, it really wouldn't be a problem. It would take so long to lose all the atmosphere.
Yeah, you just leave the portal.
Yeah, but it would take centuries, millennia.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about, if you think about how much is being pulled through there and then how much we just put CO2 in the atmosphere a year, it's equivalent.
That begs the question, how much heavier is our atmosphere now than it was
that you were looking for
1,000 years ago? Probably quite a bit.
Quote.
Then again, if you go back to dinosaur times, apparently that is super oxygen rich.
That's why bugs were huge then.
Yeah.
Because they survive off of that oxygen coming through their skin, but there's just not enough of it now.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be great?
Giant bugs?
Not. Yeah, I don't want giant bugs. I want a mosquito from the movie The Mist. That was creepy.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
It was a upsetting movie.
For you were looking for.
I think it was a good film. I think it was just very upsetting.
Kind of, though the ending was super depressing. Mm-hmm. So, and I believe that wasn't even from the book.
No,
it wasn't the original writing, and I think that was a Stephen King book. And then he saw that, and he's like that was amazing. I remember at the ending I missed was not the original ending of the book.
Yeah, I don't want to give spoilers away because that one is fairly.
Well, that's still over a decade.
Yeah, it's still over a decade. I don't know.
Yeah.
How old is that movie? I don't know how many kids.
2007.
Oh,
It's 15.
oh, when did that happen? Okay, 2007. I was just getting out of. Oh,
Interesting.
oh my goodness.
Oh, I thought that was somebody else for the actor. You're watching OST and saw the first Star Wars at age 7, so I'm a fan of both. Yeah, I think you're just a fan of anything that you loved when you were a kid.
Yeah. No, yeah. And there's no reason not to be. I think some people are pressured to give up childish things, I guess.
Well,
The pressure to, yeah.
But it doesn't. There's no reason to.
No, there's none.
I don't think anybody gives up some of it. Like
quote,
at any age enjoys Mario.
quote,
Well, that's kind of the millennial thing.
I guess.
For, quote, here that you were looking for. It says here
He
that
is
you
just
were
an Italian
looking
plumber.
for,
I think
quote,
everybody can appreciate an Italian plumber.
Yes. Like Chris Pratt.
He's not my Mario. I didn't vote for him.
quote, no, quote,
The 80s was the best decade. The 80s was interesting because it was the first time basically advertisers could make entire cartoon programs around selling toys. So you got this huge influx of like He-Man and Ninja
Quote.
Turtles and Transformers and My Little Pony.
quote, no,
Those things wouldn't have existed without stuff that happened in the 80s. Rule changes
Quote.
because before the 80s it was against the law to have shows that were directed
Quote.
towards just selling to children,
quote,
which is kind of propped back up again with YouTube stuff and not being able to directly advertise to children.
Yeah, but to advertise follows with everything else. The
Yeah.
only way you can advertise is if you have the data, so then you can't collect the data. Because it's not even about advertising. It's about data privacy. And who wants your data?
Yeah, the same corporation.
It's the only people that want your data are advertisers.
Yeah.
It's not like some guy randomly on the streets just like, I'm wondering today, I had a bar bet. And so I'm going to go buy Facebook data.
Yeah.
quote, no,
Okay, I'm just going to trying to add a little bit more on this.
quote, no big for, quote, no big cash money.
No, I get the
This year that
reasoning
you-
behind not wanting to advertise to children before the 1980s. But at the same time, my brain's like, yeah, but if they didn't change those rules, you wouldn't have like the Smurfs. And what would your world be like without the Smurfs?
It says here that you were
Pretty
looking
awful.
for, quote, no big cash monies.
Also, the ponies are good.
Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. 80s was the best decade in my opinion. It had some cool things. Actually, my favorite thing that came out of there is what is made nowadays. I love current age 80s synth. Not from the 80s, but the style retro 80s synth that is made in more today. One of my favorite bands I've been listening to lately is The Midnight, which is I think I told my sister about them, and they basically sound like a mix between like synthwave and Savage Garden. Who's the singer for Savage Garden? Oh God, I can't remember his name now. He broke off and kind of did his own thing. Yeah, Darren Hayes, which he broke off and did his own thing, which also he is a fantastic singer too. But
Surprised you didn't say that your favorite thing out of the 80s was you, but it's fine.
well, that's like saying like,
80s.
Michael, what's your favorite thing in the universe? You were like, it's Derpy, and then you'd be like, what about your mom?
No, it's still Derby. Sorry, Mom.
It's doing this bouncy thing a little bit. No, I think I accidentally swapped the arms. That one is more bouncy, and that doesn't weigh as much.
I have to call her after this. I promised I'd call her yesterday and forgot.
Like, you still alive? Yes. Okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow.
I think she wants to talk to me about her sweet potatoes. She grew really big sweet potatoes, and she's been posting them on the internet.
She just wants to talk to you about sweet potatoes?
Kentucky is not an interesting place. She wants to talk about her garden. It's fine. I'm happy to talk.
It's like when I talk to my parents. Well, at least one of them, when they're going to talk to them, it's like, okay, here's going to be a conversation where all I do is listen.
Mm-hmm. No, she was telling me about her garden, and that's fine. I owe my mother the occasional phone call, as we all do. Because they like raises and stuff.
It says here that you were looking here.
Thanks for not letting me stop, Mom.
It says here that you says here that you were looking for quote. Looking for.
I heard some upsetting news.
Quote.
About the band Rammstein today. Rammstein? Yeah.
Or Rammstein.
You see what happened with that?
No, because I don't follow Rammstein.
No, I don't either, but the lead singers got detained in Russia.
Why were they there?
On tour.
It sounds like a bad place to go on tour.
Yeah, I would have thought.
I think that's on them a little bit.
Like, a little bit. Like, I'm like, really? Quote. You shouldn't be over there touring right now.
Quote.
All right, good night, Rod. And good night, good night, chat. Hope you guys have a good night. We will.
Good night.
Quote.
No. I knew one guy in my previous job who had been devastated by that news because he was a huge Rammstein fan or whatever.
No big cash. No.
Yeah, I agree, Sir Edward. I apparently they got him on not following pandemic restrictions, but it's reported that he was.
It sounds to me like they're probably just picking a reason.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to a lot of people.
Jaywalking while sitting on a bench.
Mm-hmm. No, he picked a bad time. He should have sat at home or something that week. Because he felt money's money. Took the risk and it hit him. Pretty sure they're just collecting foreigners right now.
When they run out of missiles. Like, they just drop the base.
Lay down your arms or we're gonna take out Christina Aguilera.
But she's over here. She's a clone.
We caught her. She was vacationing here. It's like, why would she do that? It's like, yeah, we thought that too. We got her now. You want her back.
It says here that
you give up. It's a strategy.
You know what this sucks is I want to hide this giant pile here, but I can't because it's part of the desk. So I actually need to keep it there. I'll work around it.
I could delete it for you.
It says here
that would take like 2
No, I could move it.
Oh, okay.
It's a separate bone, but I don't want to move it because then I have to make sure I move it to exactly back where it was, and I'll forget.
It says here. It says here.
I don't know. They might end up letting him go. Who knows? It's too early to tell.
It says here that you were looking for.
Yeah, I think with his little kerfuffle, anybody who is still thinking about touring in Russia, who doesn't live in Russia, is probably gonna rethink that real quick.
Looking for
Your horse still bobbing her head. It's painful. No, you see these horses and they're being adorable. You can't hug them. It's upsetting. You ever want to hug those horses? Like, do you sit here and animate them and you're like, man, that's a cute horse?
No.
No. How can you have a soul so cold and black that you don't want to hug something that adorable?
You know what I could actually hug? A real puppy.
Puppies poop all over the place.
What do horses do?
They don't poop all over the place.
Are you thinking it's like the squatty potty horses?
I think they probably have bathrooms.
They make like freaking sherbet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that commercial. Yeah, that's probably accurate though. That's probably how it works. Oh no. And puppies could talk and they like wore little construction hats. But then it'd just be Paw Patrol. I would still like it.
Okay, there's a little bit of blending here.
No, apparently they arrested both him and his manager. So
It says here that you were. It says here that
who
you
knows
were.
what their thought process is.
It says here that you were. You were. It says here that you were looking. Here that you were. It says here that you were. It says here that you.
I wonder if there's anybody in the U.S. that,
You.
if a foreign nation took them as prisoner, that we would like make
Here
some
that
big
you were-
deal over it.
In America?
Yeah, if there was like an American celebrity that if they were captured by enemy forces, we would like
But
do
most
anything to get them back.
the U.S. They don't negotiate, but they will usually, for any citizen, go out of their way to do whatever they can if they are captured for illegitimate reasons.
But like Dave down the street's probably gonna have less like bargaining
that you were looking
than like
for.
if Tom
Here that you
Hanks
were-
got taken.
Less visibility, but usually there's been plenty of instances where if the other government says they broke a law, that's a little different. They can usually still negotiate whatever, but if it's just that they were detained for no reason, they usually will. The governments have been big on trying to fight for it, because I mean, otherwise, why would anybody want to travel if they don't think that their government's going to actually have their back? It doesn't mean that that's every country.
It's here that you were
Yeah.
looking for.
Like, take my daughter, just give us back Tom Hanks.
For.
He's a national treasure.
No, that's Nicolas Cage.
Ha ha ha! I feel like Nicolas Cage would find his own way out on some harebrained scheme. Just start stealing faces.
For.
What if they had Brendan Fraser?
Like, if Brandon Fraser now or
Fraser?
Brandon Fraser now or Brandon Fraser like
Mummy Days.
Yeah, Mummy Days. I feel like
Or Bones? Was that a movie he was in?
Monkey Bones.
Yeah, Monkey Bones.
I liked Monkey Bones.
I never watched it.
A lot of people gave it a lot of crap, but it kind of had like a Beetlejuice feel, and I thought it was kind of a decent movie. A lot of people say that was where his career basically cratered, but I thought it was a decent
It's here
film.
that you were.
He did come back and make a movie recently called
Well, and I think he disappeared for some a reason. I can't remember his exact reason why.
it was sexual injuries because he did all of his own stunts and he got injured a bunch, which caused him to put on some weight. And then there was also complaints that
Says
he
here that
made
you-
against cast members for sexual harassment, which ended up having the community kind of blackball him a little bit.
Yeah, because it's
So-
one thing about doing the Me Too movement. I think it this a little bit more back both sides, but probably back then, a guy saying that was probably like, meh.
Well, it's not. They didn't. He basically proved it was happening, but then nobody wanted to work with him because he brought it up.
Yeah, whistleblower getting screwed over.
Yeah, that's what that was. So between the weight gain, which just got worse after he basically got laid off or stopped being allowed to accept roles, plus the injuries he got from doing his own stunts, he put on a lot of weight. He wasn't really the action hero.
The one actor that disappeared, that was for a very good reason. The guy that did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis. Because it was just like, he was, I think, a single dad.
He had a wife, I think. He just didn't spend any time with his kids.
Yeah, I think it was just his career was at its peak and going up. And he said, like, I have a kid and I want to spend the time with him. And so that's what he did. And that's super cool. So I super respect that guy.
He's like, I have enough money. I can live off it the rest of my life. I want to be a part of my kid's life. And so he just...
Yeah. Because his kid was now the more important thing. So
he has said recently that he will accept roles. He's just super picky about what roles he'll accept.
He was in a commercial for Mint Mobile.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
And it was just to say, like, hi, I'm here. And that was it.
Yeah, I'm still alive. Hello.
Rick's wife died and he became a stay-at-home dad. Yeah,
that was what it was.
I thought there was something about that where it was not just about being a dad, but something happened and he needed to be there.
Okay.
And instead of just having it raised by a nanny.
Yeah, I thought he just wanted to be more of a part of his kid's life. But that
in a way, yes, but it was more than that.
Yeah. That's a good reason. I can't really fault anybody for that. Brendan Fraser's is kind of a little sadder.
Well, his is if you lose the passion for what you're doing because of stuff going on, then too that.
Well, he went. Who was it? Like actors who do their own stunts, good on you. But yeah, if you injure yourself and you end up laid up, and your like whole thing is like the action star, and you're laid up to the point where you gain like, I would say 50 pounds. That's what essentially happens.
Tom Cruise is that. He does a lot of his own stunts, and if they need him to fly a plane, he actually goes and figures out how to fly a plane. He is. Tom Cruise is an asshole off camera, but on camera he is very good at what he does, and he's smart about his stunts and stuff too. I mean, there's different ways you can go about it.
Seems a little insane. He's going up to the International Space Station to shoot a new movie.
Yeah, but you got to give that credit. The fact that you'd be like, well, we could do it with the facts, but
yeah, as long as he's funding like a new wing on the International Space Station or something. It's got to be taking a huge risk, though.
Why?
Space travel isn't exactly the safest thing in the world.
Well, any of the things, I bet you most of the movies that are in are no different. If anything,
for him,
space travel can be dangerous, but
guy ain't a spring chicken. Mm-hmm. The guy ain't no spring chicken.
Well, they sent what's his face?
William Shatner.
Yeah, if William Shatner can go to space,
fair enough.
I think Tom Cruise can make it.
Fair enough. Tom Cruise is very much still in his Scientology. He's basically their poster child.
I thought he broke ties with them.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he was still basically their poster kid. Who doesn't want to talk about it?
In July, all signs point to yes. Okay, so maybe still.
Yeah.
Well, because really, it's about how much money you have that makes you be more powerful within the organization. So.
Yeah.
Woked. 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 Woked.
I mean, I've met a few Scientologists, and I do kind of feel for them for various reasons, because they essentially convince you to take classes, and then they tell you don't have to pay for the classes as long as you stay with the church. But the second you try to leave, you owe them tens of thousands of dollars that a lot of people can't afford. So you either
That's right. Read the fine print.
Yeah,
They can't. You don't owe anything unless you sign something saying you owe it.
yeah, they make them sign it before they take the classes, but you can't extend into the church until you take the classes. It's a pay-to-win program. The leveling system and everything. Like they base an entire religion off of an MMO.
Yes. Wow, the MMO.
For quote that you were looking for.
Oh, John Glenn? Yeah, I remember that. He was in his 70s. But, yeah, I think, he went back into space proper. I don't think, William Shatner did more than, like, go straight up and then drop straight back down. So he was technically in space, but he didn't go into orbit or anything. So I think John Glenn's still the oldest man to ever orbit Earth, but William Shatner probably hasn't beat for oldest man in space. Because I think William Shatner's like in his 90s now, isn't he? Or is he like 80s? He's either in his like mid 80s or 90s. He's old.
91? Oh my, yeah.
He's in his 90s. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking pretty good for 90.
Yes, that's him now. As opposed to that very elderly man in the picture next to it.
Oh, no, that's an AI image.
He actually looks really good for 91, but
no, he does.
That's what Hollywood money can do. Pretty sure I could look pretty all the time, too, if I had a few million in my pocket. I think from the original Star Trek cast, it's just him and George Takei.
I thought one just passed away not long ago.
The woman who played Uhura.
Yeah.
She passed away, I think, last year. I think it's just him and George Takei now.
George Takei can never die.
He's not allowed.
No, well, just...
He's a treasure.
Just if you just look at him, like, for some reason, he just looks ageless.
And he's a kind of a historical figure because he was the first Hollywood actor to come out. Like, ever.
Looking for quote
publicly.
Quote for
But yes. There might be another one, but I couldn't guess. The guy who played Scotty's gone. He passed some time ago. Leonard Nimoy, that was a sad one. The guy who played the Doctor might still be alive? Is that Bones?
Supposedly, Jay said that the guy that plays Bones in the new one is the same guy that plays in The Boys, Butcher.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Okay, that was Scotty. Okay. No, he died in 99, so...
A while ago.
He's been
It says here that you... It says here... says here that you were.
They do have rocket taxi now, kind of. They do have pretty cool jetpacks. I've been seeing people play with them, but I imagine they cost a small fortune and they're crazy impractical. They work.
Looking for quote.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty cool. I saw one about a guy like flying to a boat and then just like landing on it. Like, but one weird thing we're reading about jetpacks is that it's okay for maybe the person that's using it, but what about the people below you?
No, yeah, if they're directly below you, they're just
Yeah, so when you're flying up in a ship and you have to reverse, like say it's in your arms, you're gonna blast the person that's there. Like you got to be not only trained but on safety. There's safety bits on that.
If they fail at all, you're just gonna go flying off in some random direction and probably severely hurt yourself.
Well, that's if they fail catastrophically. Most failures are probably just gonna be kaput, which means you just be flying at a very high speed into the ground.
Yeah,
but that's why they got the bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, like so when it happens, like you remember in Speed Racer.
Yeah, well, it just make the whole car a big.
Yeah, it's like when the whole thing just fills with a big bubble, and then you just go boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's it.
It's that. That'll work. I wouldn't trust those things, but and they're.
What if they came with a bubble?
Novel.
Quote.
It'd be pretty cool. I think the one place you could use them maybe is like having a bunch of guys jump from one ship and board another ship. I feel like we're past the days of boarding enemy vessels.
Well, yeah, what did they come over there with a sword?
just pirates on jetpacks. We're taking these ships. It's like, crap, pirates and jetpacks. That'd be an amazing movie. Somebody write that down. I'm gonna watch that film.
Quote. No.
Good stuff.
No cash money.
I'm gonna worry about the eyes later.
Big cash money.
I'm gonna actually blend.
I mean, flying cars exist. They're called helicopters. It's just that not everybody can afford one.
No big cash monies.
Like, the idea of a flying car, like, isn't difficult. I mean, the drones...
Flying cars exist.
Yeah, they do.
But they're just glorified planes that have expendable wings that you can go drive down the road with.
Yeah, and if they set it up like the drone design with the 4 hover blades, anybody could drive one of those. And they're quick to stop, and they auto balance and everything. Like, a flying car would not be a difficult thing. It's just that if a car on the ground fails, you can pull over. If a car in the sky fails, you're probably just going to fall out of the sky and crash into a fiery ball. So.
No, you would need a pilot's license still to, I think, get something like that. But
can you imagine how crowded the skies would get so quickly if everybody had flying cars?
They would be under heavy regulation. And, I mean, being that you're basically flying around a big missile, I think it would be more than regulated. I think it would be like AI driving needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
Because if you go flying into a building and it causes structural enough damage that you end up killing, like...
Well, you can drive into a building now.
Yeah, I know, but you're not going to take it down.
I don't think you would take it down with a flying car.
If you're going fast enough?
Yeah, you're going really fast.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think flying cars could be a thing. Maybe before I die, if I live long enough. I doubt it. I think they're working on electric cars right now. That's kind of the thing I'll be able to see. Is probably. I hope I live long enough to see more electric vehicles on the ground than gas ones.
Well, that's going to take at least 3 to 4 years. I don't think it's going to work out.
I think in a decade there'll probably be within a decade there'll be a pretty big shift. I don't think people are going to rush out to go get electric vehicles, but I think when it's like time to get a new vehicle, people will start probably leaning towards electric.
Well, if gas prices are high and the used car market is as expensive, if not more expensive, than the new car market, the premium difference between an electric and a gas isn't that much at that point.
Yeah.
Especially with government pushing us up. The difficulty is if everybody went out and got an electric car right now, our whole infrastructure would collapse.
Yeah.
Because we can't handle it. So it needs to be a slow burn because we need to figure out power first.
Well, I mean, the infrastructure wasn't there for gas either. When
but that's
driving gas vehicles.
But that's why if it's like 3 to 4 years and we're like saying all electric in 5 years, there's no way our electric grid could handle that.
You could like what are those things they got like at the High V? Those little towers with the solar panel and the little windmill on it. Everybody got like one of those.
Yeah, but what if then there's no power and that's what you're relying on because there's no wind for a week?
Or sun?
Or sun? Yeah.
No winter or sun?
Yeah, but you can have that.
Both.
But where does it store the energy?
In a battery.
Okay, so how many cars can you charge on a battery?
One per solar thing.
So it charges up this. If it takes hours to charge one battery, and it was immediately gone to that car.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do that. I mean, there's no way I could support that. Just having a little like solar panel somewhere. Not in large volume or anything.
The things at High V are pretty cool. They charge cars.
I'm pretty sure that that's plugged in somewhere too. It might have solar to supplement, but I can almost guarantee you it's not.
No, it's got like a windmill and solar.
But when you plug something into the wall, you're not pulling from battery. At the power station is playing a very delicate balance of only putting out what the power line needs, nothing more, nothing less. So when you go to plug in there, if you're doing the same thing with the wind, I don't think it's trickling enough that you're going to be able to do that. Unless you're like...
It charges it into a battery even when you're not plugged in.
Okay, but how big is the battery? Is it going to be enough for 12 people?
It's going to be enough for one car per tower.
And how long does it take to charge it then?
Probably 8 hours.
So after one person parks in the spot, nobody else can get it the rest of the day?
You got to have more than one spot.
But then what if everybody takes all the spots all day and they're done by 10 a.m.?
The spot would be in your driveway.
Oh, in your driveway?
You have your own.
Why would you want to park outside?
You could put the car in the garage and just have a windmill on the roof.
I mean, if you had, I don't know about a windmill, but if you had like a whole solar panel thing across the top, then yeah, then that would be a viable method, I think, because then you can get the Tesla battery in your, or anybody's battery, get that in the wall of your garage and solar panels. There was actually one of the houses I was looking at that had full solar panels across the whole top, and was a good price. The problem is solar panels are nice, but there's maintenance.
There's less maintenance on those than like
a windmill or something. But it's still, when it breaks, is it going to offset the cost of the electricity savings?
It would take some force to break one of those.
Hail?
They would have to get like baseball size hail.
What about when it snows?
You would probably have to go clean them off.
That doesn't sound like fun. I do clean my roof every time it snows?
Well, either that or they could put like warmers in them.
But then it's burning the energy that I'm saving.
Yeah. You're probably going to get more out of it than you burn off.
Barely, but again, if you're going to spend 20 grand to put your whole roof?
I think it's gotten a lot cheaper.
No, if I were to cover the whole roof here, it'd probably be like 20 grand, maybe more.
You get a lot of government subsidies now.
The nice thing is, I don't know if Minnesota has the law that states, this is Prince Whatever that's playing right now. I don't know if Minnesota has the law that states that you have to be paid the same rate in electricity as you are putting in. Or if you're being charged 14 cents a kilowatt, that they have to pay you 14 cents for putting it on the grid.
Yeah.
That a lot of states have that law because it's all a balance. So that just means that literally they are not putting that much at the other end.
And if it's like you said, and people are getting more electric cars and it's putting more and more stress on the system, they should be willing to pay to keep their grid from crashing.
But the grid crashing is more about stability. You putting it on the grid is just going to change that level of stability, but not by much on their side. I mean, there was the whole thing about before where there was a certain time in the evening that the power grids had to be ready in England to be ready to push power super heavy at an exact hour because that was when a super popular television show went on commercial. And that was when they all started their kettles. And it would actually, before they started prepping for it, it would crash the power grid. Because kettles are full 1500 watt or whatever.
Yeah.
So, or they're even more. Because they're higher volt. They're 240. So they pull 240 volt.
What kettles are 240?
Huh?
Kettles are 240.
The kettles in England boil water faster.
Yeah.
Because they put way more into it.
Yeah, but 240?
Yeah, they put the whole thing into it.
The only outlet we have in this whole house that's 240 is the one for the dryer.
Yeah, I know, but in England, it's standard that everything's 240.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I believe that. Does anybody know that or can verify that? I'm pretty sure.
England voltage for outlets.
230.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They do all of it. Technically, we are at 240 everywhere. It's just when it gets here, they split it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but their power plugs are also well designed and much safer than ours too. So,
Cash monies. Cash money.
but yeah, there's the thing about like in England they boil water faster, and it's like
yeah, you get 230 out of every outlet.
Well, they do, but it's not enough to really matter. It's like you can save a minute or something. I can still boil a whole like thing in my kettle. I can still boil the whole water in like I think it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've used it for coffee. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's quick enough. I have to still go prep other things.
I mean, that stove up there that we have gets way hotter than the one with the old apartment.
But it's that the water. It's a super boiler, so it's just a giant burner. And normally, the problem with boiling water is you're only hitting the bottom, but that burner goes all the way to the edge of the pot, so it covers the edges. It drastically increases surface area.
Yeah.
So.
Cash monies.
That's way too slow.
Cash monies. Cash monies. Cash monies.
Well, Sunset, like,
Cash monies.
there are ways to recycle them. I think we talked about this before. It's just that they have to be disassembled by hand right now to recycle them properly. But the same thing could have been said about lead acid batteries. You can recycle them, but only because there's machines that are designed specifically for taking apart those batteries piece by piece. Because they've become so standardized, that's a thing.
It was cost efficient to put the money into making such devices.
When we have more solar panels, where everybody has them and they're fairly standardized, they'll develop ways to recycle them efficiently. Just by...
Prices have already dropped.
Yeah, immensely.
A ton, yeah.
Like,
sorry. The animation. Where's the audio from? It's from MuseScript, I believe. Yep, MuseScript did the audio for it. So it was a VA request.
Big
they're
cash
getting cheaper.
monies.
They're getting a lot cheaper. They were expensive when I was a kid by like a mile. Like the average person couldn't afford to power their home with solar. But now I think they're the cheapest form of power.
Cash monies.
Like new power. Like
Well, if you want to do it at your house, yeah.
well, I'm talking
it's
in general. Like it's cheaper than coal now.
Cash monies.
No, the nice thing about solar is you get it, and at least for a large amount of time, you're done. Mm-hmm. You might. I don't think you're going to offset it 100%, but it's going to save you some.
Yeah.
Now, I thought about doing it, but it's just, again, I don't want to clean that off in the winter. It's just, that's a huge investment. There are some that you can get, though, that say you set up in-floor heating and stuff. You can sometimes get them on the roof where you'd have to have them encased for more climate control. But they're solar panels, but they also take the actual heat energy and transfer it into the water that then runs through the floorboards to heat your house.
See, that's what they do in like that's super popular. I noticed when I was in England. They have those radiator heaters like on the walls.
Oh, now we're talking radiator. It's in-floor heating.
Yeah.
So it's like you just have a giant boiler, and it just constantly makes hot water, and it pumps it through pipes that go back and forth underneath your floorboards. Mm-hmm. And there is no heat for the house then. All the heating for the house is done in the floor, and then it radiates up from it, which is it's more efficient than gas. So, but it's expensive. So you can't put it in once your house is basically built.
It's a lot of infrastructure. It's kind of like the new cooling systems that some houses have, where they just drill a hole deep under the ground, where it's nice and cold, and then they just cycle the air in a pipe between the surface and that deep dark hole.
Cash monies. Cash monies.
Well, wind turbine blades would be easy to recycle because all they are is aluminum
Cash monies.
and like fiberglass.
money.
That's all those blades are.
Yeah, but they're still.
They're big.
Yeah, you can't just walk up to it and like shoot it down or something.
Those things you need like crawlers to.
Yeah, so the amount of resources you'd be putting into it to recycle it would also be like all the gas to get it there, the man hours, there's a lot of resources that go into it. There's some things where you can say like, oh, that didn't cost anything. Like the building of a windmill has resources used with it, and what energy was used to make the resources to build it. So there's how far down this train are you going to go, where there is gas used to probably make some of that. There's probably plastic in there, which is gas, or not gas, but oil.
Cash monies.
Maybe. I think they'd be fiberglass mostly.
Yeah, but then what in the glass making process? Is there no oil used? No grease? No plastic?
I mean, not necessarily, but probably.
Yeah, so it's somewhere along the lines you're going to run into some need. It's going to be
There's going to be some need.
It's going to be a reduction but if you drastically increase the need of like fiberglass, then it's like, well, do you have all the resources for fiberglass?
We have sand.
Not all sand works.
Yeah, purify sand to make
That gets very expensive.
Yeah, it does.
And then where do you get the sand from? You can say that, but Sahara doesn't work.
No.
Oh, the Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
You think they're big old desert there, but they have to import all their sand for concrete because it doesn't work.
No.
It has to be this. It's not just sand that you can't just go out there and make it with anything. It's a very specific
like
thing.
we're always going to be able to find sand.
Yeah, but it's not. There's sand you can use and there's sand you can't use. So,
yeah.
Yeah, you can say that is for energy, but even those have resources that are to a degree. You can't. The creation of energy has to take something away, so you can't have an infinite energy source, because to have an infinite energy source would be a perpetual motion energy machine, because it would have to convert that object into energy, and maybe as a byproduct you say like, well, we can get rid of that in energy. But you can't go back and forth making energy without losing something, because a lot of energy is not made from the object itself. It's made from the heat that created from it to boil water.
There is one form of energy that seems limitless.
Your love for pony.
No, this one.
Gravity?
Yes.
But how do you get the thing back up?
That is the question. But gravity itself is an unlimited source of energy. It's what holds us to this planet, and it will do that for all eternity.
Yeah, I know, but
body is here.
But two objects that are against each other forever, like just pushing, that's potential energy, but you can't turn potential energy into actual usable energy until it turns kinetic.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
because you'd have to say
viable.
You could drop it and say I got energy.
Energy is always there.
But then you have to pick this back up.
Yeah.
And then you're using the energy you just spent.
Well, you have to fight the energy of the planet.
Yeah, so you're losing all the energy back again.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you will. That is the conundrum, but that energy is infinite.
You can say like, oh well, things going around the planet, they go around forever. Yeah, but the only way you can use that energy is if you interact with it in some way, which slows down the object, which then will let it eventually crash into the planet.
You've played Xeno Saga, right?
Yeah.
They invented, or they didn't invent. They showed the theoretical thing where they have several large planets in orbit around a large iron rod, basically generating a magnetic field using gravity, and it's theoretical because you would need multiple planets basically acting as a giant generator.
But when they're going,
would be unlimited energy.
But when they go through that field, there it's creating a drag force. It does. It's going through an electric field. It's the same thing. When you drop a copper penny through a metal pipe, it goes slower. because it is experiencing drag force as it's interacting with. So you could do that with planets. Eventually, you would slow them down and change their orbits.
If that was true, we would be slowing down around our orbit in the sun.
Have you not seen the moon?
Yeah, I've seen the moon, yeah.
Isn't it?
It's moving further away from the planet.
Yeah, isn't it slowing down?
No, that means it's increasing speed. That's why it's moving further away. Things that have a higher orbit are moving
So it's getting faster.
Yes.
How?
I would have to look into that.
Yeah, because that seems like an increase in energy.
It is. Gravity's funny.
Or is it because our planet's molten core is changing and it's no longer able to interact with it in a similar way?
I would have to look into it, but it is increasing in speed.
Yeah, you can't have infinite energy. That's what I'm saying is because there's a thing you watch online about you take a metal tube and you drop a penny through it and the penny slows down because it is experiencing drag force through an electromagnetic field, which is creating electricity, but it is creating drag. Same thing, if you're using planets in the same way, it's going to cause drag.
Yeah. I'm just saying gravity's funny. We don't completely understand it.
No, we don't. That's kind of, well, we understand it enough to be dangerous.
Yes.
It's like, what if we shoot something up really fast?
Yes.
Fuck you, gravity.
Gravity's the one thing
big
physicists
cash monies.
still don't completely understand.
No big cash monies. Cash monies.
We don't know how it works. We just know that it does.
Magnets, how do they work? Was that Insane Clown Posse?
Cash monies. Cash monies.
Oh,
Was it?
Cash monies.
yeah. Remember that old joke?
I've heard the phrase before, but I didn't know
Yeah,
what it was.
If I type M, I bet you it's going to pop up with magnets. Oh, it didn't. Yeah, magnets. There, magnets mean. Yeah, it was miracles.
And
Hold on. Yeah, fucking magnets. How do they work? I love that line from that song.
Closest thing this planet has to magic.
Fucking rainbows after it rains. There's enough miracles here to blow your brain.
What a wonderful line.
It's not a bad song, but it has an amazing line. Magnets, how the fuck do they work?
Yes, but you have to expend energy to pick it back up off the ground because the gravity of the planet is working against you.
Yeah. There's the perpetual motion machines don't work. Everything that they've ever shown to do it, anything you do to gain energy, if you want to put it back where it was, it's probably going to take ever so slightly more energy to put it there because there's going to be heat loss somewhere.
Cash monies.
I can't think of any process that's a 100% efficient energy transfer other than superconductors, but all they can do is transfer energy with zero resistance, but they really can't do much more. They're not going to make it for zero.
Cash monies. Cash monies.
I remember back in the early 2000s when they were working really hard to find a room temperature superconductor, because a superconductor can transfer electricity with zero resistance. So if you could transfer electricity from one end of the world to the other and have zero loss on a superconductor for real. The difficulty is most of them require being at like negative 100 Fahrenheit or something, and they're usually ceramics, which are fragile. So if you could find a room temperature superconductor, that means you could just leave it outside. So essentially,
Cash monies.
Then we could have like floaty cars. They could ride those. What are they called? Mobius strips.
Cash monies. Cash money.
Mobius strips.
Yeah, there's some superconductors, super cool superconductors riding a Mobius strip. It's cool.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Cash monies. Big cash monies. No big cash monies.
There's a man just losing his freaking mind in our house right now.
Advocate's very emotional with games, and he just made some noises.
Cash
Yes.
monies. Cash money. Money. Cash money.
You guys can't hear it, but it's cracking me up.
Money. monies.
Oh, the neighbors don't start knocking on the door. Is someone being murdered?
Yes. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
It's just losing his dick.
He is on the side that's closest to people.
Yes.
So.
Cash monies. 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 Monies.
Do I have our eyes down here? No, I don't. Good. I think the best part is that he's just by himself. Mm-hmm. He's just screaming at the computer.
I hope it's a single player game.
He's probably playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Probably.
Monies.
He likes Yu-Gi-Oh!
Monies.
Okay, we're gonna blend this a little bit at the end here.
Monies. Monies. Cash monies.
A superconductor is a guy who works on super trains.
Yeah.
It's Superman if he did trains.
Super.
I'm a superconductor. What exactly?
Imagine it's Superman, but he's got a little head.
What is a superconductor? So a conductor is just something that conducts electricity. It's something that if you put electricity into it, it can hold it and move it or whatever. It's something that doesn't resist electricity. It can contain it. Like, so a copper wire is a conductor. It lets the energy go through it. A superconductor or any of those wires, when it's traveling with it over time, it will lose some of that energy to heat and resistance and bumping into stuff. So eventually, if you have that wire go infinitely, you're going to start losing energy more and more the further you go down. A superconductor is a material that has no resistance.
Yes.
So if you put energy in it, no matter how far it goes, it will always pop up at the other end at the exact same value. It is a very strange property within materials, and it's difficult to make, and it usually requires being super cold temperatures. But it's really weird watching the graphs for superconductors.
They are cool
because it's not a gradual thing. It literally, as you drop the temperature, it literally just hits a point and then it just zeroes out. It's not about slowly getting closer to zero. It literally just hits a point where it just bam. Yep. It's super weird. There's also something called superfluids, which are similar, and if you can watch it online, there's very few chemicals that they can do it with, but they have to get it like to 1 or 2 degrees above Kelvin, so above absolute zero. And you can watch it boil as it's getting closer and closer, but the moment it becomes a superfluid, it immediately stops boiling because all properties of it completely change in the weirdest ways. Like it gains infinite viscosity or something. Like if you just leave it in a container, the liquid will slowly creep up the side and just empty. You cannot contain it in anything. Yeah. It is because it will find any small gap and the atoms of it will escape through it.
Hydrogen and stuff.
It is super fluid. I mean, superconductors are fun, or super solids, essentially. But a super liquid is just, it's such a fascinating thing. Weird. So it basically drops at one point in the graph. Yeah, it's weird, because normally you think of like the closer you get to zero resistance. No. It's a good ways, and then it's like flipping a switch. It's a weird prop. There's a lot more science behind that, probably to explain it, but you can do some really cool things with superconductors and superliquids.
Big cash monies.
Sorry, I find the superconductors and superliquids a super fascinating thing. Get it?
I get it. Made me cry though.
Good.
No, I have this feeling that humans haven't even begun to invent the kind of things they will in the future. Gonna get crazy.
Cash
Seems like we're always figuring out more stuff, with computers being ever the more helpful in creating models and things. One day I think there's going to be a video game that people are just going to log into, and it's just going to be our world, but also Minecraft. So people are going to be like, can I get
the children crave the mines.
They do crave the mines. But I feel like one day there's just going to be a program people can play, like as if it was a video game, and where they can do anything they want. And if it works in the game, it'll work in real life, theoretically.
Where was that one that I saw?
There it is.
Yeah, this was here. Yeah, Minecraft proves that abolishing child labor was a mistake. The children yearn for the mines. Somebody did it for the years.
Yeah.
I thought was a better way to do it, but I love it.
Yeah, they basically said that it was the #1 video game among children. They yearn for the mines. Now, I imagine once, like, if computers ever get to the point where they can just simulate reality to 100% based on, like, physics, their understanding of the universe, people will have the resources to invent new things without having to be rich. That'll be a magical day. That'll be after my lifetime. By then, they'll have, like, the video cards that once again take up an entire like room.
They're getting there.
Yeah, it's like they're heading that way again.
I think her eyes are a little too close to that. It's correct technically, but it's bothering me how close it is. There we go. Okay. Okay, and other thing with that, I'm gonna move it a little bit further this way.
I thought about how pony eyes could actually be that big.
No big cash monies.
What if, like, the pony's eyes are actually really small, but then they have like natural lenses on their face that just like giant magnifying glasses that just makes their eye look really big. What you're actually seeing is the magnifying glass that's part of their face.
It says here that
The tiny eyes are behind.
Here you were more quote.
So I need to carry a little bit of movement to the beginning, so I'm just going to pick a random spot, blend from that, and just call that the extra motion.
So it says here. It says here. So.
Probably blend a little bit less.
So it's. So.
Can I just actually go from here?
So it says here that you were looking.
Yep, that actually blends much better.
It says here that you.
Did you actually have her say big cash monies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo big cash money.
Mo big cash money.
Yeah, that's what she says here. She says here.
Big cash monies.
Yeah, so she says here. I'll give her the thing so you can see it. She says.
Quote.
Mo big cash monies.
Yes.
She said it.
Good. That was the important part. More big cash monies.
Quote. No big cash monies.
I like how she's got the glasses and still has to put it that close to the plan.
The plans.
Plan.
Cash monies. We're looking for.
Actually, this little like last minute like look down, I think actually turned out better than I thought it was going to.
Quote.
I think she needs to have her eyes get a little extra wide though.
What's with the yellow highlight thing? Somebody was asking what's with the yellow highlight thing. It's the fire. Yellow. Oh, probably the line. They're probably asking about center line.
What line?
The yellow line.
Which one?
The one you were just at. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. What yellow highlight thing are you talking about?
Yes.
It says here that you were looking for, quote, mo big cash monies. Cash monies. Mo cash. Cat. Cash. Mo big cash money. Mo big big cash money. Big cash monies. Big cash monies.
Okay, I'm just adding it. I feel like most people move very random. Like, I don't want to have it just be like A to B, A to B. The one below the animation, the box thing.
That yellow line?
This line right here? Or...
You talking about that line or go back in? I thought maybe they were talking about the other line. Where you highlight, where you were like working with the scene and sometimes you got a yellow line. I think that was just a center line.
I don't think it's a floating modification layer. That's more of an orange.
Fire's cute.
I'll probably just want to do a head.
Big cash monies. Big cash monies. Big cash monies.
I'm going to blend this a little bit more so it opens up a little bit and then stays open.
Cash monies. Mo big cash monies. Cash. Big cash money. Cash.
No, I think I need to have this be more of an in.
Cash monies. Big cash money. Big cash.
I'm still screaming.
Mario's up there jumping around.
The one below the animation. Yeah, if you're talking about this just like active shot.
Yeah, it's whichever one has highlighted. It's the yellow bar. That's all.
If that's what you're talking about.
You were looking for, quote.
That's my best guess.
Here that you were looking for, quote. 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 Quote, quote, no big cash monies. It says here that you were looking for...
I have no camera movement here too, so let's do that quick. This is a super easy one.
Whoa.
I don't think I stretch it enough.
It says here that you were looking for, quote...
Sorry. Couple more.
It says here that you were looking for, quote...
Okay, it has kind of a big motion right here that I don't like, so let's try it further in. That might work.
It says here that you were looking for, quote, no big cash monies. Cash monies.
I like keeping some kind of camera movement. It really helps a lot for giving a keeps all the pixels from looking overly sharp. Keeps them all a little bit blended.
Looking for, quote, no big cash monies. No big.
Oh, there's one of the Hornets. He lived. There's a vacuum cleaner in the No.
They suck him up.
Yeah. Go get him. Go get him. We had a hornet's nest outside. It's in. Why don't you go get it?
Which vacuum cleaner?
No, it's in there. It's in the laundry room to the left. Oh my god. He's on the oh my god. He's attacking my camera. Pull the end of it off. Oh my god. I have to show him how to use a vacuum cleaner. Then we had a hornet's nest outside that we took out most of them. We had a nest that was actually building our wall up here. We sprayed it, and I think that's the ones that come through every now and then, because the ones that decided to survive. But most of them that come through are dead. So he's right there on top of the camera. See him? Yeah, you got him. He's gone. There's like 15 in there. All right. Problem solved. Thinking about the VA for this video reminded me of the recent controversy with Bayonetta's voice actors offered $4,000 for a whole game's worth of script. Well, not only that, it's a whole game's worth of script for a character that is iconic. I mean, that character. So, yeah, it's a little weird. But also, I don't know how games. That was a vacuum cleaner. He sucked up the Hornet. I don't know how payments work on that type of stuff, but if you're thinking somebody like that, it depends. If it's the only thing you're doing for like a whole month, I mean, maybe, but I'm guessing that it's going to be more than that. A lot of called in things, a lot of other things that are going to be more than a month of work. So that to me is not, that's not going to be it. But also, it's like an actor. Your name brings in something, and I think there's the bigger controversy was where one is that small. Oh yeah, it's like about that big. No, what was the voice actor that did what's his face?
Love that guy.
Claptrap. The guy that did the voice for Claptrap, if I remember right, was just a guy that worked there.
Yeah.
And so he only got paid his normal wages for doing the voice, but then it became super iconic. And for I think number 3, he says, like, I should be actually being paid as a voice actor to do these lines. And they said, no, we're going to do somebody else do your lines. Bye. And they fired him.
Oof.
So he no longer even works there.
That's sad.
Yeah, that was a bunch of bull crap. So they brought somebody in that sounded like him because they own the voice.
That's what they tried to do with Joe DiMaggio in Futurama. But the fans outcried too much, so they weren't able to.
Well, it came out kind of late, and what is his name? The guy that runs Gearbox, Randy Pitchford, I think. Mm-hmm. He's an asshole.
No, pay people for their work.
Well,
seriously,
pay people for the type of work they're doing too. Yeah. So I mean, if they're going to be doing voice acting work, you pay them as a voice actor. They're employed there, but they're probably employed and contracted under a different type of thing.
I mean, that was the case with Half-Life and the G-Man. He was just one of the initially just one of the programmers there, though he had done some voice acting work before that.
But I'm pretty sure that they compensated him for it.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
It's
so
Valve.
No, it's yeah. I can't say just because they're Valve that they
just have a good track record.
They have a good track record. Yes, I'll agree on that. But it doesn't mean that they're not always going to be that way.
He's the one voice they kept throughout all of them. He was the guy who did the G-Man in Half-Life 1 is still the guy doing it in Alex. All the other voices have changed. But his is not.
Because you can't do his voice. And some people can try, but his G-Man is G-Man.
Yeah.
And it's not just a voice, it's the
mannerism.
The mannerisms, yeah.
Yeah.
It says here that you were looking for,
I mean, I'm sure somebody could replicate it, but it just wouldn't.
No big cash
his voice is so iconic to that character now.
No big cash monies.
And I think he's very much a friend of Gabe Newell because they worked together on the original Half-Life, so.
This is nice. I didn't have to animate her wings. I didn't have to animate her tail. I didn't have to animate like interactions with like almost any surface. Animating is so much easier when you can just cheat it.
You still need to put the little clip-on tie.
What?
The clip-on tie. She needs a clip-on tie because she's a manager. Clip onto her fur. What? Yeah, the bag of chips. I don't know. That kind of worked, but green is an awful color. Well, they have a mare one, yeah.
They have Thai Coco.
Coco's tie is cute. She's very professional now. I feel like green's a bad color. You need to change the color. It needs to be like...
She needs a tie. I give her a tie. That's not the right color. So I changed the color. It's the wrong texture. It needs to be satin. Okay, we'll see how this looks. But what color? Well, actually, first let's see if I can.
I kind of wanted the same color as the top of her hair. Not the lighter orange, but the darker orange.
I don't think I can change the color of this easy. If I had to take a guess.
Match her hair.
Yeah. So if I go to make this red, it's going to be all red.
Well, you don't need the collar. I don't know if you can get rid of the collar.
But she's middle management. She needs her tie. So should she keep the tie?
Yes, but can you fix the texture?
The only problem with it is that you can't even see it's really a tie.
You can see the tie.
And it also says
Because prior to 2000s, we're not allowed into the Actors Union. Then Disney started using Screen Actors, and now studios are ignoring the union in favor of saving money.
Yeah, Disney has a bad reputation when it comes to the actor unions.
Well, then what color should her tie be?
It should be orange.
No, because then she's just all orange.
It matches her hair and her eyes. It has to match.
What if it would be like blue?
I like blue.
Well, maybe black.
What, she going to a funeral? She's working. It'd be either orange or red, and I'm leaning towards orange.
This is surprisingly a lot of work for just changing the color of a tie, Michael.
It's important, though. Like...
Why is it? Because you just want cute pony things.
The tie is cute.
You see?
She's doing business. business.
That's none of your business.
There you go. No, because if it stays green, then it's clearly Doctor Who's tie. It can't stay green. It needs to be Spitfire's tie. It needs to match her. That you can't just. The program for valve textures. All it's good for is importing and exporting. Can't really do much else with it.
Okay, so there we go. We have the tie. We have the colors here. So we're gonna do the dark. Orange.
The dark orange.
So the dark orange is nothing on her.
Oh, no. Just not the yellow.
You're saying this one?
Yes, that one.
Why can't we just make it like a little flame tie?
You want to give her Guy Fieri's tie?
You know what we could do?
This not new. This isn't casual Friday. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're giving her a striped tie. Wait, what is happening?
There we go. wasn't. What was the option for that? I thought it was under there. I swear it was under render. Oh yeah, like okay, I have to.
I'm just trying to stroke the path.
Why is it not letting me? I wanted to make flames. Okay, well, apparently it's not going to let me, so I'm not going to play with that. Okay, so we'll just because I could do like
Yes, but you're talking about a casual Friday tie, and this is a business tie. She's doing business.
what if she did
Do like stripes, but it'd be a little harder. Okay, you're not just copy pasting. You're just okay. You did all right.
does that work?
Yes.
I think it might be way too distracting.
What the stripe tie?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep orange tie. Not distracting. It matches her hair. It's very business.
We can make it a Disney tie.
It's casual Friday again, and it also says she has bad taste, which I don't believe Spitfire has bad taste. She is a classy pony. Very important. It's very good.
All this just to make it freaking orange tie.
You colored it orange. You did it.
How's that?
It's very checkered. Yes. Very good.
That works.
Yes, I'm happy. You did it. He's very business now. Business Spitfire is ready for business. He's trying to throw Trixie.
Why is Trixie in this shot, actually? Well, I haven't optimized these ones yet. Or I don't think fully, anyway. What about all the pictures that she's in?
Well, she's not needed there. She's not doing business.
It would be way more fun if she was still at it.
She just always wears the tie. Always. Hang on.
Yeah, like Trixie's in here too.
Not a lot of Trixie.
This one's going to be interesting.
Also,
Angle. Oh,
looks good.
it looks like it's choking her now.
Very business. How business she is. Oh.
Oh yeah, it goes to chest. I thought I was looking for neck.
Getting a call.
My brother. Don't know what in regards to, but okay. Yeah, I think I want to have it be like this.
Okay. Okay. I thought it looked good just as it was.
Oh no, I want to, because it looked like it was choking her before.
He just pony ties just kind of sit loosely around the neck. It's fine.
Okay, so now we got business Spitfire.
It says
yes.
here that you were looking for, quote, Mo Big Cash.
Good, I'm so happy. You have no idea how much joy that
It's like sucks, but not.
It's accessories. Of course, accessories are good.
Okay, well, I am going to save and close that because we are at time. So, we will.
October was a pony.
we'll be back to do some more of this on Friday. And
somebody posted derpies in the derpy chat.
Yeah.
Why were you looking at the derpy chat?
I don't know. I think it was just to clear it out.
Sure.
But it is derpy. You can understand I would commit atrocities for this horse. Is this you?
Yes. It's true. She has. It's like, it's so good.
Hold on.
It's happy horses. Sounds important.
Let's see here. What's a good one?
What are you doing? I don't know. I know what you're doing.
Okay, I also like this Kyle picture. But you gotta find a good one of you. Okay.
Just the top of my bowl. I must have had a couple drinks at that point.
Okay, we're gonna. Can I take a? Oh no, it won't let me take a screenshot of the screenshot program.
Just blow it all the way up and just hit print screen.
Or I got even better.
No idea if SFM works on IMAX. Oh man, that face. You already have that one. Oh, that magic. Good. Magic Brush is way better than GIMPs. I'm actually a little upset by this.
There we go.
You did it.
Or just maybe.
You can't see Derpy no more. Sad.
We gotta put you on the horse. There you are the horse now.
My dreams have come true. And finally the horse. Everyone in chat is jealous right now. Because I've become the horse. Poor Lyra. I'm sad. Just
There we go. It's Michael.
It's me. Oh no, it's my face. There you go.
Perfect.
Wonderful. You did it. Wallace.
Well, we gotta wait. First, we gotta. Right. That was the color of your forehead.
It's just disturbing.
I'll find a good color there.
Gonna be the color of my hair. There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, no notes.
Wait, I forgot. There. Okay. All right, we're good. Let's see who else is on right now. We got Jin, AZ, How Many Dragons, Fiora. Oh, we haven't done AZ in a while. What's he do? I'm guessing horse. Which horse? He's doing. Yeah, I don't even care. We're gonna cover that anyway. So.
Probably working on another one of those ant ones. He likes those.
So we're gonna head over to the AZ. We'll see you guys on Friday. Oh, he's doing some like designing stuff. That's pretty cool. Let me switch to Kitty. So thank you guys for hanging out. I actually got the shot done. That was my goal, and we did, which is awesome. We'll only have a couple more days to maybe get some work done. I'm gonna look at this a little bit more. That was actually the longest shot, I think. So that's good.
Like actual talking.
Yeah. Well, just in general, most animation, longest talking, everything. So, but thank you to Starting Out for some of the cheers. I think it's like 101 bits. Yes. And thank you to Sir Edward for doing some modding, and also I know the other day Jenkins GD joined as a follower, so I appreciate that as well. So I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Go see my brother's moms.
Yes.